I hate you so much.
I wasn't being a dick. I was just being... There's a different...
Yeah, I know,
use of it.
though. I don't know why I hate you. I just hate you quite a bit.
Oh, God. Click. Tonight at 8.5-bit, E3 completely. Welcome, friends of all designs, to 8.5-bit, episode 217. And that is for E3 2017.
Oh.
Nicely aligned.
And meaningless.
Portal 3 confirmed?
I am your host, Paul. We can't confirm threes in the video game industry. It's impossible. I'm your host, Paul, and joining me today are my good friends, James.
Hello.
And Amy.
Hey.
And Toast is outside at the moment. Let's
I know.
see how the evening goes.
We'll see.
Let's see.
Being on the far left, if Toast comes in, you do have Toast entertaining duty.
Okay, I like that.
Toast.
Oh, let's see how you like it after half an hour.
I can go.
Okay.
Yeah, I looked after 4 dogs on the weekend. It was great.
I've sprayed the table with homemade bitter apple.
How do you make homemade bitter apple?
It's just white vinegar and apple vinegar and
Oh.
water. You can put lemon in it, but it says, hey, check if your dog likes lemon first. He seemed to quite like lemon, so that's out of the mix.
Lemon
we'll
is
see how
good.
it goes. I don't mind a bit of lemon.
I used to sort of eat it like orange when I was younger.
That's very wrong. Very wrong. Now, instead of a stupid question, which
You actually had a question. You've just forgotten.
I've forgotten what it was. Let us just jump into E3. So we have done nearly all of the E3 conferences. Yep. We still have Nintendo's presentation, direct, not so much a conference, but yeah, same thing. That is happening tonight at 2 a.m. Oh, that's what I was going to ask. I was just going to ask, you guys going to stay up till 2 a.m. with me? We can snug on the couch, have some s'mores.
Oh man, I love s'mores though.
Yeah, be good.
I'd be up for it.
Be pretty good.
We could watch old obscure movies.
A little bit of just friends spooning, James.
Can I be Big Spoon?
You know, my friend posted a stand-up act that he did the other day, which I always find very brave, someone that does stand-up. And one of his bits was about how the whole big spoon, little spoon makes no fucking sense. Because when you open a drawer, you don't put the littlest spoon. They're all the same fucking size. Like, it's true. He didn't actually swear as much as me.
But some of them are dessert spoons, and there's soup spoons, and there's teaspoons.
So there's different types of spoons. So you could, but they actually don't always nestle particularly well together. I can't really nestle a soup
that's
spoon
true.
and a
If
dessert
you want
spoon.
to stack spoons,
Yeah.
they generally have
Yeah,
to be
you,
of the same type.
you don't have to start with the smallest and then move your way up. It's a logical fallacy because he was just saying that he likes to be the inner scoop and seen as an unmasculine being the little spoon.
Would you like to be cupped or not cupped?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That just sounds worse.
I want to have my buttocks manly, like cupped in a manly way. Thank you. There's nothing wrong with that. When Lisa cups me, we call it jetpacking. Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. When James cups you, it's more like jetpacking because he's little.
It's more backpacking.
He is little.
Think of it.
You know, if one of us ate the other, it would be like a babushka doll. Open up, everyone.
They don't want to eat you.
Didn't we say we were getting straight into TV?
Oh yeah, so there was something about talking about video games because have there been video games?
Yeah, I had some more Twin Peaks thoughts. No, I don't really. It's all
There's
good.
been a few video games.
There's been a lot of video games. At the moment, I've narrowed it down to these 3 pages of notes for this evening.
Pick one.
And in fact, there's a lot of stuff
Yeah.
that we really can't go into detail because that's going to be one of my complaints that'll follow through the evening. The way the presentations have gone this year. But we'll get to those as we go. So we are going to go chronologically through the presentations.
Yes.
Starting with what was Saturday night in the US and Sunday morning here. Starting with EA.
Hooray!
And EA started off with a bang. They said, Madden, in what I like to call a get it out of the way move. I mean, obviously a huge fucking license, but not necessarily the biggest news for E3. It was actually slightly interesting, which is why I even mention it. Madden Longshot.
What has changed?
They looked at the Spike Lee directed NBA story and said, "Us too." So it's
are you a kid from the projects?
No. Well, I mean, football tends to have a different sort of. Normally, it's small town playing, and then you get up and everything. So it's a big narrative driven single player mode, which is pretty new for a Madden thing.
Yeah.
And if you care about that, it could be
Hey,
fun.
they're changing. They're adding stuff.
Hey, it's one of those
When are
things.
they going to add zombies?
It's sport.
Well, that's Mutant League.
What, is it seriously there? Because that'd be
Well, no, it's not in Madden, but Mutant League Football is a classic
Oh,
game,
okay.
and they're doing a new one at the moment.
Yeah.
So
I
yes,
just
there is
think
zombies.
if it went the way of Call of Duty, where it just becomes we're going to release 3 games,
But that's what
single player, the game you always play, and then the crazy game.
that's one of the few things that like when we have hilariously reviewed sports games, like they tend to all have a lot of content. But yes, having a more silly mode for like throwing in the equivalent of NBA Jam style mode. That'd be a lot for people like me to give a care.
Official Space Jam license.
Yes. So
I played that.
We're going to sort of mention most things, but we'll sort of push through pretty quick with stuff. Okay.
There's a lot.
Battlefield 1, they announced some new DLC, nighttime maps, there's a new competitive mode, which I didn't really
play a
pay that much
lady.
attention to.
You can play a lady?
Yeah, you can be a lady soldier.
What is
now.
this?
it's like some
It's
kind of-
revolutionary.
I think some kind of Russian lady. I
Oh.
can't remember.
Is she a spy?
Some lady. Probably. I can't remember.
There should be a game on that. Was it a Russian sniper? That chick, the Lady Death or whatever, has got like the highest like kill total of anyone ever or something.
Should do her.
That's probably not quite accurate, but she killed a lot of people. She just sat in the hills and just sniped people.
Nice.
Yeah. It's pretty hardcore. FIFA 18, it exists. It's coming out. No way. So we're going chronologically with this. Then first sort of surprise announcement, which there aren't a whole lot actually, but this was really cool. From the developers of Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons came A Way Out.
And it's very pretty.
It's very pretty. It's basically, a lot of people have compared it to Shawshank. So this is a prison escape tale. And it is co-op. It is
Which-
100% co-op.
Prison Escape immediately gets me because I love my prison stuff.
It's
and
true.
some co-op adventuring.
He loves being in prison.
Yeah. James, I'm just going to cut into the sound thing for a while. You're really distant, so either the mic's not working or you're too far away.
I can get here.
Hey, you sound like a person now.
Okay,
Good.
I'm back.
That's good.
And I'm back.
Yay!
People.
Now everyone's a
Hello,
little too
fellow
loud, but
human.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Beep.
Okay, so anyway, so the entire game's co-op, which is interesting. It can be played local or online. And what's there's a lot of interesting things about it. Sorry, I'm going to do all the talking, so feel free to cut in at any time because I'll just talk through this entire goddamn episode.
It's hard to talk over you.
I do talk a lot. Sorry, I'd be meaning to slow down actually. So I say like less. I've noticed I've been doing that too much because I start
Like what,
with a lot of
Paul?
words. No, that was in context. It's when you punctuate everything with a word, as in like. That's when things get bad. Anyway, A Way Out.
Yep.
Entire game's co-op. And that includes... So you're playing 2 different characters. And one character could be in a cutscene. And the other character is still controllable and doing something else. And it's kind of interesting watching the footage because the split between the 2 screens changes quite a lot. And I thought that was just for dramatic effect for the trailer.
Yeah.
But it seems to be the game will actually prioritize things. Now, this split screening exists when you're playing online as well. You can always see what the other person's doing.
Because I mean, I guess the thing with the Prison Break is you need to have things nicely timed.
Yes.
So it makes a lot of sense to see what the other person's doing.
Yeah, and it's just an interesting way of viewing the narrative and everything. They get out, there's chases, there's all sorts of shit. And if you extend from what the work they did with Brothers, they certainly have ideas of thematics of people working together and everything. But this is a really interesting cinematic take on co-op. And I'm very interested.
Yeah, kind of
to see
set
where
in
it
the
goes.
70s. Kind of got that.
I think it was 70s.
Yeah, I think it's 70s.
Not gonna lay my life on the line for it, but I'd say
in a time period. It was a period.
any time between the 60s and the 80s.
Yep, sometime there.
Sounds good.
Yeah. That kind of like buddy adventure. They've already shown that they know how to make some interesting stuff with brothers and have people
I
work
just
together.
want feels. That's all I want.
Oh, I'd like there to be some maybe like planning with the prison escape or like, that's what I'm curious because I think with Brothers I felt like a lot of the interactions were a bit contrived, and so
Well, I mean, Brothers was just Nintendo Land.
yeah. Well,
when you played the Animal Crossing one, and you've got to control two characters. You got to chase people down with both sticks.
Yeah.
I mean, they just ripped that off. Even though Brothers might have been first.
It was before Wii U.
But I'd like to see some of the stuff they've learnt put in kind of a more believable context with this one. And luckily, if you're Prison Escape, it's pretty easy to make things, contrive things kind of fit.
Yeah. And they did a little bit of a few examples of the same characters trying to achieve the same goal, where one may be a better smooth talker and one may be more aggressive. And so whilst you can still split up the roles, you could make the choice. So multiple playthroughs could give you different results. You know, it's all of your actions are dealt off that character's personality, which is kind of fun. Okay, next up, we saw a little sneak, and we'll leave it at sneak yet, of Anthem.
It was some minutes.
We saw a wall, we saw some forestry, and then we saw like a little city, and it's true, I did it.
There was some.
Call me out once in a while, but not every time.
Aww.
There was.
You can if you want.
I only did it once.
Just kick me. No, that's fine.
I can't kick you. My legs aren't long enough.
Kick James.
No, don't.
I won't.
Thank you.
I like
and
you
then
too much,
he will
James.
tell me.
You're a good character.
Yeah, you kick James real hard, and he'll just tap me on the hand.
No, he's a good character. How about
You're one of the
poke you,
top
and then he
5
can hit
characters on this show, James.
I'm going to climb the ranks.
I think he's number 1.
Yeah, so Anthem is BioWare's new IP, being made by BioWare Edmonton.
It's where all the facial animators are working.
Well, yeah, it's a totally different studio that did Mass Effect Andromeda.
Oh,
I was just being a dick.
you're so mean.
But the question has been, when they advertise this, will they say from the producers of the original Mass Effect trilogy? Will they throw Andromeda under the bus?
Be nice.
I think Andromeda is just going to be silently forgotten.
Oh yes. Like Andromeda is not the worst game ever.
No.
It's okay. It's not my kind of game, but then neither was Mass Effect. But yeah, with its reception and it's just it's just going to be no. I don't think we're ever going to see Andromeda 2. I think we're going to see another Mass Effect one day. But
they could just quietly sweep this one under the rug.
This is just a side story that we can just ignore and go on with our lives.
We're going to the Pegasus Galaxy.
Okay. So
Anthem. So
do we actually want to delve? We may as well just delve into what it actually is.
Like it's definitely seems like it's their take on something closer to Destiny.
Well, what I meant is that in this reveal they didn't reveal that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I meant. Should we just talk about the whole thing?
Yeah, let's talk about the whole thing.
Yeah. So it is very Destiny.
Yeah.
Although it fixes a whole lot of things I don't like about Destiny.
What are the things it fixes you don't like?
The boring ass world of Destiny. In this, it's like, okay, you've got your hub world. You've got your version of the tower, as it were. That's what it is in Destiny, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So, yeah. But it's this city behind these walls in this big open environment, and you enter the world by going to the front, getting in your mech suit, and going off with your very, very capable jetpack.
Yeah, you go be Iron Man.
You're full on Iron Man in this game, I'd say.
Yeah. With some nice transition from above water and below water.
Oh yeah, I was I was kind of surprised that you could go underwater when they did that
very
dive.
pretty when you went under there.
Very co-op focused.
Yep. Drop in friends.
Drop in out.
Maybe Kim will get enough XP. Because Kim was behind in XP.
You know, they did the whole fake talk.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it.
Well,
it was contrived, but it was meaningful. It was like,
I think the fake talk was like it was done by professional actors, and so when I was listening to it, I felt a bit like it was almost like a cutscene or something. And so it was almost too good. Like it wasn't like it was someone pretending to be naturally speaking. Yeah, it was just them, like probably some like voice talent.
Have you been there yet?
Paulie's eating the show notes.
Just to go.
So cute.
I had to trim his face
but
back a little bit.
I made fun of
filthy.
Kim. I made fun of Kim not having enough XP, but it was very watchable.
But when Kim turned up, she was the highest level of all of them. So she's actually because she's addicted to XP.
She got the XP.
That's why she needs it because she won't forgive them if they go without her.
That wizard came from the moon?
Kim has a problem. Yes, no wizards from the moon.
No.
But lots of big monsters, which is fun. So lots of natural enemies as well as robotic human enemies. I didn't really notice if the robots or not.
It was a pretty world.
I like the setup of being in suits.
Yeah,
it gives a very nice wrapper for why you have upgrades and different abilities and all sorts of things. And you build up a collection of suits that you trick out, and so you make a bunch of loadouts. And today I'm going to go out in they're all called javelins. Javelins. Yeah. So today I'm going to take up my heavy javelin, and I've set that up with a mortar, and I stole that from the script. Yeah, so it's like show off your gear, try and make up different loadouts, and try those out. So, I mean, if they do it right, it's third person, so it is Destiny, but third person with a better jetpack.
And
And an open world.
I want to see what BioWare-isms will come through. They mentioned in the video about choices because it's a BioWare game.
I don't. Yeah. I doubt narrative choices particularly.
Well, that's what I want to see because that's kind of their thing.
Yeah, but this also isn't an RPG.
Well, yeah. That's what for them in the video to make mention of it, to drop that line. I thought, okay, so they're calling out this idea of choice because it's a BioWare thing. I don't know how that's going to fit in.
Yeah, I just mean the choice between shooting them with a rocket launcher or a shotgun.
My choice of javelin.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Your choice is, will I play today?
And Paul's answer is no.
Probably.
Well, you might play it.
I'll play it for a little while, and then I'll play it until I hit what I just consider, okay, now content is just grind.
Yeah.
And then I'm done.
And then you come back to it.
No.
That's more of a James thing.
That's a James thing.
Yeah.
James comes back. James goes, oh, this is such bullshit. And then 6 months later, it's like, he goes, oh, I've been playing it. I just put in 200 hours.
Yeah.
That's
me with Skyrim.
Well, so much Skyrim.
We don't need another Skyrim reboot remake.
I'm going to be able to buy some Skyrim.
So Anthem, promising.
Yes.
Bad James.
I like the setup. What I would like to see is at the end they do this sort of event where this like natural storm turns up and they all fly into it. I want to see what's inside there because I'd like to see a different environment other than a forest. Because while it looks very nice, currently the setup of the game really implies one environment because it's an open world around the city. It's like a jungle around a city. And it didn't even imply there'd be things in the city. So in the city it seems to be first person.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's all right. And I see some average facial animation. That's pretty good.
It was pretty good facial animation.
Good. Everyone's just overly harsh on BioWare now. Okay, so moving on. Need for Speed Payback. Very exciting. You're a big Need for Speed fan, James.
Well, I'm a big Need for Speed Rivals fan. I really enjoyed that. And that was the second last game from this developer, the second last Need for Speed game. And that was the one where it was police versus criminals, basically street races.
I've heard of those.
Yeah, so you have a asymmetrical multiplayer. So if you play the cops, you're like chasing down the street races. And you can go to your garage, you can pick what side you want to be and kind of go out. And it's really cool. It's really kind of cool dynamic of the two different sides. I don't know if they're going to have anything like that in this one. This is definitely going after more of the
Fast and the Furious. That is exactly what the trailer is.
Yeah.
They are going for the Fast and Furious. You play 3 characters. One of you is Vin Diesel. One of you is... Well, no, Vin Diesel will allow The Rock in there because he hates The Rock.
So many Coronas, though.
A lot of Coronas, and there's a big story about family. I don't know if they say family in the trailer, but they definitely should.
Oh, they say family in the... Oh, are we talking about Need for Speed or the...
Need for Speed. In Fast and Furious, it's every second word. Hey, family, need family, family.
Blood doesn't have to be family.
Blood isn't family, but family is blood.
Oh, man, you need to write the next script.
Wait, there's going to be another Fast and Furious?
They have greenlit many of them.
Yeah, I think they'll be going for a while.
They're a super profitable series, and they're even doing spin-offs now.
I guess.
The spin-off is The Rock and Jason Statham.
To get rid of Vin Diesel.
Well, no, see, it's Vin Diesel's thing. So Vin Diesel's kind of can control of Fast and Furious. And they do, of course, we have to talk about Fast and Furious this episode. And so the end of the last Fast and the Furious actually had like a post-credit thing. It's not a story thing. It had a post-credit sequence with Jason Statham and The Rock like going off on their adventures. And it was in the original cut. And then Vin Diesel saw it and he said, "Hey, no, this is about family." And so it's cut out because they're having a spin-off soon. And so it's like, no. They can't take the spotlight from my speech about family while we're doing Coronas. It's very important. Okay, they did a little bit of gameplay, chasing down a truck in the desert, and I hated almost every second of it. It doesn't mean the game's going to be bad. I thought it was a very bad way of showing off a game.
Well, there was a lot of...
taking down enemy enforcers.
Which is okay once or twice. But it was happening a lot.
It's like, oh, there's 2 more. And then take them out. It's like, 3 enforcers have come out. Ramming a lot of cars off the road. Every time you did, it went into a cutscene. So you seem to be watching cutscenes as much as driving in this trailer. And every time you did something cool, like drive next to the truck against incoming traffic so someone can jump on top of it, that was all a cutscene. And other than that, you're just driving along a highway straight towards a truck.
Not even a quick time event.
No, not even a quick time event.
What?
So I just felt like, you're not really letting me do the cool things.
Yeah, well, I want to see what the rest of the game's like.
And actually, another petty complaint.
Yeah.
At one point, they ram an enforcer off the road, it crashes straight into a telephone pole. No physics against the telephone pulse.
They make them pulse good, man.
It just. Well, no, it just didn't react. It was doing its normal crash spinning, and then it just sort of. Yeah, it's like the fact it was hitting a pole didn't do anything.
Oh.
I was like,
Probably should
have wrapped around it.
Yeah.
There's like, I mean, that guy's dead.
A lot of people died.
Yeah.
At least in this one, it's not police who are dying. It's the house.
Oh, yeah, but then the police come in later, so surely they die
Oh,
too.
there probably will be police.
Everyone
who die,
dies.
But it's all right. It's okay if you kill some police if you're looking after your family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless your police are family.
Oh, no. There is a policeman in my family. I got nothing to say on that. I want to see more. Because at the moment, it has not sold me on the game. But yeah, we'll go. NBA Live 18 was there. Which is hilarious because you know why that's hilarious?
Why?
That was scheduled to come out in March. Access and Origin Access are free this week if you want to play around with it.
Maybe.
Yeah, have a look
I
at
might
it.
actually
Turn on my Xbox.
And we are already at the end of their conference. And I'd just like to reiterate that all that Anthem stuff we talked about, none of that existed in that conference. There was just Anthem is the name and there's a robot in it.
Robots are good.
Yeah. Star Wars Battlefront 2. And they showed off a bunch of that. It looks what I'd expect it to look, which is very, very good.
Yep.
They showed off the Naboo map in multiplayer, which looks like Naboo.
And Naboo is a pretty place.
It is. Unfortunately, it's full of those stupid Trade Federation robots.
Roger.
Roger.
No.
I can keep doing this.
Did I do my Roger line to you?
Roger.
No.
The only time I want to hear that again if it's an instruction from a guy named Roger.
Roger.
Anyway. Good news on that. All future DLC, all maps, all expansions, everything will be free.
Yep, the season pass seems to be on the way out.
Season pass is dead. I still would not be surprised by cosmetic microtransactions.
Yep.
They haven't said that. That's just me not being surprised by it. But it's good. I like them not splitting content on multiplayer games. There's also the single player story.
Maybe we'll see a return to the good old expansion.
Ooh.
I do like an expansion.
Because that's what's happened with ESO recently.
Yeah.
It's basically, here's the expansion.
I like expansions.
I think Witcher 3 also popularized it a bit.
Yeah.
Its expansions did very well. A meaty expansion is something I will fork over money for and feel good about afterwards instead of feeling a bit dirty.
Yep.
Single player, which bridges from episode 6 to 7. There's a lady in it.
You play Empire?
Yeah, you're a baddie. Get pew pew.
I love
pew.
Empire stuff. I like Empire stories, so I'm really keen on that.
I was just thinking. I think the Naboo thing was. Oh no! It
was Trade Federation.
It was Trade Federation versus
the
Stormtrooper clones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was about to say, just wait, who was good in that scenario?
I do not really remember the factions from the prequels.
Well,
There's a Separatists.
I can't remember what happened in the prequels.
There was sand and there was high ground.
Yeah.
Those were the two opposing
sand just
forces.
got everywhere.
Yeah, I hate that shit.
Yeah.
Sand is
But
the
as long as
worst.
you got the high ground, everything's fine.
Yeah.
Hard to get above the sand. I don't really have anything else to say about Battlefront 2 other than it looks
the
like
card
we
system's
expect.
gone.
Star Wars.
Yeah, it's the card system's gone, but now it's like a points-based system.
Yeah.
Which is still not exactly what I want. I still want the hangar with ships in it I can run into and grab a ship.
This is probably closer to... it's almost like you earn currency from playing.
Yeah.
And then you spend that currency. So if you're a really good player, you'll have more access to... Yeah, but it means if you're an average player, I can go earn money from doing objectives.
I like how you said if you're an average trail and then immediately changed to just talking personally.
Yeah. Well, average is generous.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say anything. I guess it's... I wouldn't mind both. I wouldn't mind like some ships just available around the place. And maybe you can jump out of them now. I have not seen that. And then they'd be lying on the battlefield. But also then like, hey, like their version of a perk.
Yeah.
Where, okay, I'll come back as... Especially the hero characters. I think they should... That's a good way of getting those by earning them. Or I'm like, I'll have a special ship. And I'll guarantee that I spawn with that son of a bitch. But yeah, it's still improvement in every way. And the single player campaign.
Yeah, because I actually get to finish this one.
Okay, so EA's down. Tick.
Yay.
Time for Microsoft.
Woo.
It's no longer Project Scorpio. We have a name. Xbox One X. And the best thing about the Xbox One X is that it comes in Xbox One Xbox. At this point, it's becoming fucking word salad.
Yeah.
It's worse than
and
Nintendo.
Once you take the Xbox out of the Xbox box, it is an Xbox box.
Oh, shit. No. I feel like that actually could have been longer.
No, sorry,
it's an Xbox One Xbox.
And
This is the most beautiful word salad.
And the other thing is if you take the acronym for Xbox One X. It does spell Xbox.
It does.
Yeah,
That's all that
That's
was.
clever.
I think I saw Derek Smart point that out. He's still got something going
He's
for
a
him.
smarty man.
He is. He's smart's in his name. Smart by name, smart by nature. That should be on his fucking business cards.
I wish mine
Throwing
liked
him out
me.
this week, man.
Okay. So started with that. What I found utterly hilarious. They start their press conference off just talking about the specs, and they go, "It's got 6 teraflops of," and the crowd like,
What?
"Woo!
Yeah, teraflops. Give me them teraflops.
Someone's up and like praising. We're really excited. Toast coming running in there. I've never seen a crowd feign so much fake excitement for specs before.
That they don't understand.
Is it more powerful than the Xbox 4 Pro? I mean, not the PlayStation 4. Shush.
It's the Sony PlayStation 4 Pro. Yes, it is more powerful.
What? They'll have to get rid of that sticker then.
What you could they're not hugely different necessarily in raw computing power, but it is the most powerful.
It is the most
console.
powerful
It's also
one.
smaller than the existing.
It had a
Xbox.
good size to it.
It also costs $499 US, which I'm going to assume will be at least $800 Australian.
That's more than a Switch.
What has been announced?
It's $650.
Really?
It's
Way
actually
more
a
than
bit
a Switch.
cheaper.
It's actually cheaper in Australia. Holy shit!
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Oh,
It could actually be a good reason to get one.
it's well, actually, yeah, because
I'm going to double check that.
I'm just going to write Paul might get an Xbox One.
No, you just keep going. Before
Check that for me because that sounds a little bit too good to be true. So they announced Forza Motorsport 7. It's due for October. We are not the people to come to talk about car racing.
No.
But they did. They announced and unveiled a new Porsche 911, which is
I know nothing about.
Well, it's a Porsche. That his link does say 649 Australian.
Australia. There you go.
Nice.
No, it turns out that's USD. It's 649 USD in Australia.
That would actually
That would be a real.
Still
kick
more
in the-
expensive than the Switch.
It
It
is,
is, but, I mean,
Probably
is-
worth it.
So whilst I said there's I think it is either 6 or 8 teraflops of like graphical. So compared that to the graphical processing in the Switch. Guess what the Switch? Because I did look at stats
what
today.
is it?
0.5.
Yeah.
So it's significantly more
But-
if you care about that.
This one has Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
It does have that going for it.
And that's kind of where we're going to go with the continuation of this. Not that Microsoft actually had a very impressive showing, I think.
And Mario Kart.
Well, that's the thing. The Switch is already it launched already weaker than everything else, and it's flying off the shelves. And I do wonder whether the most powerful console of all time that runs everything in 4K is.
There's not really a 4K market.
I know one person that has a 4K monitor. How many?
I have a 2K monitor.
I don't have a 4K TV.
I have a
a
friend
4K
who-
console.
You
I
do.
know one one person.
And while this will
with a 4K.
change, I don't see it flying off the shelves. Yeah, initial enthusiast market. First, let's sell out, and then I think it'll be very slow.
Yeah.
I mean, the PS4 Pro has been the same. It has not been a huge sell through. But I think they kind of know that.
Yeah, I mean, I just see it. If I was going to get one, like you just get the faster one.
Except it could be exceptionally more expensive.
Oh, for the you mean when they lower the price of the
Yeah.
Xbox S? Yeah, they could end up being
Because
pretty
in
big
the
price
States, I
discrepancy.
think they lowered the Xbox One S to $199, and the One X is now $499.
That's
so
a huge
it's over double the
difference.
The
price.
Xbox One
S.
S is the slim one.
Yes.
Xbox One is the original one, and then there's
But they
X,
don't
which is-
manufacture the original one anymore.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. As you get new revisions,
Yeah.
they stop rolling out the old ones because it's cheaper to make the new ones.
Fair enough.
Okay, so Forza there. Then up we had a game which I thought this is like a slightly cartoony version of Metro. Turns out it was Metro. Metro Exodus is the new Metro game coming out. It looks, as I say, it looks slightly cartoony to me. Still sort of sad and Russian, but with a little bit more color, which I thought was a nice change. I don't know how the very hardcore Metro audience.
I
would
didn't
take
see
that.
this one. This is still first person.
Still first person, very lots and lots of like world effects of things hitting the screen. And it's a very it's like gameplay but very cinematic.
Yeah.
So lots of interaction with the world. Basically starts underground in the subway system as they all spend most of their time in there. Oh, I think it's the sewer system actually. Shooting some of those werewolf things. Get up on the ground. There's a big one. Get on a train. Don't really have a lot else to say about it. It looks like a
Why are
pretty
there
good action
werewolves
game.
underground?
That's sort of what Metro is about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's sad Soviet world
Okay.
where you have like 3 bullets and 10 things running at you. So you put 3 of them in your skull, and then you realize you forgot to take your helmet off. And you those bullets. Okay, but then you see our first taste of Assassin's Creed Origins, and we got to see a few of these tastes because a few people like to put it in their press conference, but that's okay. Assassin's Creed Origins is exactly what was rumored. It is Assassin's Creed, the original story of the Brotherhood getting together, and it's in Egypt.
The Xbox One X did have it looking very pretty.
Yeah, it looked the same on everything.
I actually didn't see it on the PlayStation.
Well, I don't know if it ever.
Yeah.
I don't know if we ever saw on PlayStation Pro running. I mean, it looked nice.
It looked good.
It looked like an Assassin's Creed game. They did a real bad job to me of saying what was different about it, other than the setting. You can use an eagle as a drone now.
Ooh.
So you
Eagle vision is like an eagle.
Yeah, you send up an eagle and you tag all your targets. Something. Oh, it's wildlands, but in ancient Egypt. Okay. And I have not played the last couple of Assassin's Creed, so I don't know if it came in when I wasn't noticing. But there's fucking loot.
I know, it's so good.
I was like, good.
There was some enemies, and the enemies had an arbitrary number of them. It's like, oh, don't fight those enemies yet because that number's too big.
Really?
You need to go and get
Whoa.
your number bigger so you can go fight them.
I wish I was in Metro.
But what if it's one level bigger?
That's okay, but the bigger the difference between your number and their number, the harder.
Okay.
And the bigger the difference is below your number, the easier. That's how it works.
So you know how like game design,
Yep.
like they sort of were
Numbers.
it's like coming up with like Castlevania. Like you say, oh, okay, well, this jump is too large, so you need to get a special ability that lets you make a larger jump before you can do it. And then at some point, people said, fuck trying. Let's just say you can't pass this number until you get that number bigger. And then that brought us to loot.
So you remember the time that Dark...
When I was young?
No, the game with death in it.
That knows it. Dark Souls, Dead Cells, Death's Gambit, Dead by Dawn, Deadly Premonition,
Dead Space.
Let's just move on.
That's a game.
My
isn't
brain
it?
has farted.
Yeah, you really can't
dropped
just
the
say the
ball.
game about death.
No, with death as a character.
Dead Space is a game,
Death
isn't
is a
it?
character.
Darksiders.
Darksiders.
There we go. How they added loot in the second one.
Yeah, and that's one you did play, Death.
And that's the one I enjoyed. That's the same.
Yeah,
They
Dead
added
Space
loot.
is a game, isn't it? Yeah.
Dead Space is a game.
Yeah.
Dead Space is 3 very good games.
Darksiders. What the hell was I even saying?
Knight Rider.
Darksiders.
Yeah, see, you can't even get the words right.
You
Knight
mean
Rider.
I can't?
No,
I got
I
them
can't.
fine.
Me.
Oh yes, you.
You can get the words right
you're
just fine, buddy.
You're a failure as a man.
Yeah, I know. I can't even use my mouth words.
My favorite game over the press conferences when James was watching them was James saying, "What is this game?" and me then belittling him for not remembering an obscure
Every
game
little
that
thing.
was announced several years ago. What? We got a whole screenshot of this 3 years ago. What are you talking
We
about?
spoke
you
about it on the
idiot?
show, James.
Really?
But whenever I say that, what really means is that I spoke about it on the show,
And I tuned you
someone
out.
tolerated it while I was.
Yep, that's exactly
Yeah.
my relationship
Yeah.
with you. I just tolerate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really have anything else to say
And
about
entertained
Assassin's Creed.
sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, thank
Oh
you.
well, just enough.
Yeah, I know. Looks good.
PlayerUnknown's Battleground coming exclusively to Xbox One.
Yep.
It can't be exclusive because it's on PC.
Console exclusive. Whenever we say the word exclusive, it always means because there is no such thing as a Microsoft exclusive anymore because everything is on PC as well, which again makes it hard to sell an Xbox One to me because I have a PC. So that was quite a get for them, I think.
Yeah, that thing's been going bananas.
Battlegrounds is going nuts. And then quickly followed up by the Darwin Project, a Hunger Games inspired multiplayer
Battleground
game
kind of thing.
And they tried to sell it like an esport, and it was potentially the most pathetic
Whoa,
thing
whoa.
of the few days.
You reckon that was a passive aggressive jab to kind of put them after Battleground?
Yeah.
Because someone
It's like,
planned out that schedule.
yeah, you see this cult thing that's just exploded and everyone's in love with and is expanding rapidly.
Yeah.
Like Minecraft.
Here's a really shitty, ill thought out thing.
Yeah.
Like all those Minecraft clones.
Oh, Toast is starting to chew the table again.
I
I
know.
don't know if my bitter apple is working.
Did
we
you
might
put
need
lemon in
more.
it?
I didn't. Hey, Amy.
Yeah.
Can you get that spray bottle?
Okay.
We're going to try some more. Going to try, instead of placating the puppy this week, we're going to spritz him away.
I just want to pat him.
Is he?
They don't get it on you.
Is it working?
Well, we'll see.
We'll see how it goes.
I tried not to spray it on him. I just tried to spray it on the thing he was chewing.
Oh, well, maybe he might look like himself at the end.
He'll go, bleh,
Yeah.
bleh,
Bleh.
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 That's when a vampire has really shitty blood.
Bleh.
Bleh. Anyway, let's continue with video games.
Yep.
So yeah, Darwin Project, Deep Rock Galactic, which was a cute sort of multiplayer mining, fighting hordes of things thing. State of Decay 2, which we saw, which if you remember State of Decay, the zombie survival game.
sneezing.
That I
Yeah.
wanted to be multiplayer.
Yes. So State of Decay 2 is multiplayer.
Good.
Fixed.
Yep. Okay.
Yep. Other than that, it's just
It's
just
yeah.
extending everything that was in the first game.
Yeah.
In fact, things that I even forgot in the first game. At first, I was like, "Hey, that's a cool feature,"
And
then I checked, it's like, "Oh, it was
Yeah.
in the first game." So like,
Yeah.
you collect people to save them, but if you die, you just become one of the people you saved because it's permadeath. It's like, oh, that was good. I forgot that existed. Good design.
I put
First
this one
game.
in the same bucket as Dragon's Dogma. It's the moment they have multiplayer is the time I start giving a shit.
Where the fuck is Dragon's Dogma 2?
Exactly.
I bought that game.
It wasn't there this year.
The fact they recently ported it to PS4 and
Yeah.
Xbox One, and so it's like, stop porting it.
Yeah. We
Make
want
a sequel.
We want
It wasn't.
multiplayer.
It wasn't perfect. It had lots of obvious rooms for expansion. He's still trying it, but he doesn't like it. He doesn't like
He
it much.
sneezed before. It was adorable.
Oh, little boy, little boy. Okay. This was actually really. So Minecraft came up, and I
Yeah.
was like, well, who
Oh, more Minecraft.
who really
Aren't
cares?
we done with Minecraft?
It's number one on basically every storefront.
Well, yes, yeah. But also, it's
crazy.
like, what news are they going to tell you to excite me? Apparently, some very, very cool
Yeah.
news. So they're bringing a community marketplace
Yep.
to Minecraft, which is cool. So basically trying to get an equivalency of mod on consoles. And then they said, by the way, it's now cross-platform multiplayer for everything except Sony.
Oh, except Sony.
So
So that's
and I-
including PC.
that's PC, Switch, and
Wow.
Xbox.
So the other, what is going to be?
Oh, and mobile.
Oh.
So what's going to be interesting to see here is I'm expecting some kind of culture war between the Java version and the version they want everyone to use.
yeah.
Well, I assume
The
that
Java
I
version's
assume
superior.
the native Windows 10 one is going to be the only one that can do this.
Yeah, and how much of the community is going to migrate? Like they've
Almost zero. Isn't I don't think there's mods on the 10 one, is there?
Well, no, that's what the community marketplace will be adding.
Ah.
Yeah.
yeah. So this is I don't.
Well, that'll take
I
away so
admire
much.
what they're trying to do. I honestly though, because I don't know the Minecraft community that well, but there is room for this to not really work. Like they're so entrenched with the Java client.
But I don't think they are. I talk to parents at work, and they are obsessed with Minecraft on consoles. Their
Okay,
kids-
maybe
kids play
it just
all night
works.
long.
Okay,
Yeah,
maybe it
just
has
works.
changed then. Okay.
Yeah, and whilst if they get it on PC, they will get into the mod scene and everything. Still, the majority just want to run around and build castles.
Okay. And
And they add a lot more console. There's a lot of content added
Yeah.
to that. version
Also,
now.
mods are a pain to install.
Yeah, and the community market will then hopefully streamline that and the
Yeah.
whole thing and you can start having custom skins and stuff. So we
Kinda
can
like
start
Steam
seeing
Workshop.
we can start seeing some dicks running around.
Gosh.
All creation tools are just time to dick.
yeah. That's
It's
how you-
an actual term.
that's how you
Time to
measure-
dick.
Ah,
measure
but we
the amount of freedom.
played some Tilt Brush, and we were pretty safe that
Well,
night.
I'm sorry to spoil it for you, Amy, but people have drawn dicks in.
I know,
time-
I know.
long
But the
ago.
time we played Tilt Brush,
That's just because you used it first.
exactly.
Yeah,
Rave castle.
That that rave tent we were in didn't need any dicks in it. It was perfect the way it was. Okay.
So now other things we want to mention. Big graphical update.
Yes.
was-
But it looked nice.
Looked very nice. And
Lots
big
of lighting.
Big servers too.
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
Wait,
community-run
We're
servers.
still talking
Yeah.
about Minecraft?
Minecraft, yes.
Yeah.
Big visual update.
Yeah.
Oh, huge visual
Yeah,
update.
like the renderer. So
Yeah.
when you get like a good renderer on PC and like you actually start having nice lighting and everything, it's like
Increased draw distance as
Yep.
well.
Yeah.
Like they have some nice shots of like the camera pulled down, looking
Okay.
at like
and increased draw distance when you're running at 4K. Very nice.
Yeah.
Very
yeah,
nice.
looked very nice.
Yeah. So I was actually very impressed by their
Yeah.
Minecraft showing. Dragon Ball Z Fighter, a game called The Last Night, which is on PC as well. Well, I mean, as they all are. It's sort of natural animation, kind of like Another World, something like that. It's cyberpunk noir in the future. They didn't really show any game. They just showed a very cool pixel art, but with like a free roaming loose camera and lots of parallax.
Okay.
So it looks sexy. And things like rain effects on the screen, but then all pixel art behind.
Just shot just
That's all right. He can take that shoe. It's an old running shoe.
Okay, good.
It's fine. My good shoes are on the table. I know how he works. Okay, so that was cool. And then, very happy, friend of the show, The Artful Escape, which is now is what they called it, but its full name is actually The Artful Escape of Francis Vendetti, a Melbourne-produced side-scrolling music creation game where you are a David Bowie-esque dreamer who goes through the universe playing his guitar against Cthulhu-style monsters. It got its own showing at the presser.
How have I not heard of this before?
I suppose it hasn't had a lot of showing. I can't remember.
Like, you haven't told me about it yet.
We spoke about it on the show.
Yeah. Well, shows how much I listen to you.
I spent a lot of time chatting. In fact, I even took Ron Gilbert over to their booth and said, "You should check this out, man." And he was like, "Oh, that's pretty." I'm like, it is pretty. It's a very pretty game. They use all of the Unreal effects.
Yeah, they just turn them all.
Yeah, they just turn them all. It's like, oh,
tick. More post processing, please.
Yep, it's very pretty. So that was just happy to see. Black Desert Online's coming. Tacoma should be coming later this year.
That's been coming for the past 4 years or
to
so.
Xbox One.
Oh,
I think Black Desert's on Steam now.
Yeah, Black Desert.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, Black Desert came to the West like 6 months ago.
Oh, okay. Well, show me so much. I was following it in the end.
No, I got the character creator, and then I was disappointed it wasn't as robust as I wanted.
I was gonna play with it, but only Koreans could play when I was looking at it.
So now it's in English, and they're porting it to Xbox.
Okay.
Tacoma is coming out. Follow up to Gone Home. I like what they've changed with the game, which was originally it was very much like everyone's gone to the Rapture, where you're in a dead space station in this case.
Hang on, you said Gone Home.
Yes.
Gone Home. That was the one in the castle. I mean, not the castle,
in the house.
Yeah, house with the girl.
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
Yes.
I was like, what am I thinking?
This is the follow-up game to Gone Home, yeah. So Fulbright, is it? It's something with a light bulb.
I think it's Fulbright.
Yeah, so you're in a abandoned space station and you're finding recordings of what happened there in the past and they come as holograms. When they originally were making the game, they were just blobs of light, which is what everyone did in Rapture did. The problem is you don't know who the fuck anyone is because they're just mindless blobs. So now they're all characters and it looks like an actual game. And it might actually... I'll give it a
You give it a go?
Yeah.
See if it makes you mad.
I might watch a playthrough.
Hey, I like a lot of the people in the company, even if I did not like Gone Home very much.
I just watched
they're not
a playthrough.
idiots. Did you watch my playthrough?
No.
It was great.
I don't want to look at yours.
Mine's great.
Yeah.
It's about 1 minute 30.
Brief.
I know. I refuse to watch it.
Oh, you're a monster.
You're a
Why
monster.
don't you be nice? Okay, Sea of Thieves then had a relatively long showing. And I
Was that the...
Rare.
Rare?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I was thinking of something else.
No. So Rare, it's announced last year. Rare's pirate multiplayer game. And go out there. I was really appreciative at this point of the conference because I had to get ready for work. And I could leave the
It was a
room.
good time to...
I made some breakfast. I even had a shower. I did it all very quickly. It was still only 4 or 5 minutes. But I felt like that was time not wasted. What did you think of Sea of Thieves? Or have you watched any of the current gameplay?
I've watched it with the awkward commentary.
Yes.
I don't know. It didn't really show me what was that interesting about going to the islands.
Well, you get loot, and then you get to carry that loot.
You get to carry it back.
There's a lot of going, finding a thing, and then walking back with it.
The thing that struck me with the video when they were coming, because he collected the treasure and then was making the way back with the treasure, and the narrator's like, "Oh, better run with that treasure because you don't want to get stopped."
Yeah.
But then had a fight out on the beach where he's like put the treasure down and started fighting the things around. I just thought, well, wouldn't you just do it back there too? Like kill the things. Anyway, it just felt kind of clunky. The presentation. I don't feel like it really gave me that good an idea of what makes it interesting. So it didn't leave me. I thought it looked pretty.
I gotta say, I actually don't like the general visual style, but those water effects, holy shit!
Water's been a big thing this year. There's been some nice.
There's
water.
been some good water. I have to say, this I think is the best water.
Yeah, it looks good.
Freaking fantastic.
I like the art style in it, but it didn't really show me enough of what makes that thing fun to explore.
Yeah,
yeah. It's like
even with friends.
Yeah,
I mean, like I can just draw on a piece of paper with friends, and that's fun too. I'm not going to sell it as she's
selling this.
Oh, no.
There's so many drawings in that pile of paper.
So good, so good. Okay, so let's just keep going to push through. They showed Code Vein, which is sort of a Bloodborne-y, Nier Automata, sort of a Japanese action adventure. Super Lucky's Tale, which there was the VR Lucky's Tale game, so now it's Super Lucky Tale. It's super because you don't need a VR headset.
Oh, okay.
Does that make it better? I don't know.
Seems like it makes it less interesting.
It seems like the most generic looking third person character platformer of all time. Like, it's a little Is it a fox or a squirrel? I don't know.
I think it's a fox.
At first, I thought it was Conker. And I was like,
it did look a bit
how
like
are they
Conker at the
ruining it
beginning.
this time? And I'm like, it's lucky.
Actually,
it was
that
already
about,
ruined.
That's about the time I tuned out. I looked at it and went, it's Conker. Young Conker.
Cuphead?
Oh, Young Conker's not bad. It was alright.
Yeah.
Cuphead.
Like, was that Conker's kid or what was it?
No, it's just youthful Conker.
Yeah.
What?
We'll talk about. I think next week we talk about our VR adventures
Yeah, okay.
because we still got
There's
2.5
we're
pages
still
of
on
stuff.
the first page.
Okay.
But we will. We'll talk about that stuff. Cuphead has got a release date, September 29th. So, hey, it's coming out. Hopefully, they've added more game to that.
I'm sure
Hooray.
they have. I'm sure they have. There's
Cuphead was the
I still didn't like when I saw the actual platforming sections.
that pretty remake thingy.
It's not a remake. It's like 1920s,
Yeah,
30s style animation. Like it's gorgeous,
Yeah.
utterly
Yeah.
gorgeous art style. But originally it was a boss rush game, which wasn't particularly fun to play. I thought, and then they got more interest. People seem to want platforming levels, so they started adding those. And
I'm very.
It's been like at least a year since I saw anything new.
Yeah.
So hopefully, fingers
I
crossed.
hope it worked out.
Hey.
But last time I saw it, I was not particularly impressed.
Well, it was the fact that you played the game holding down the fire button, and you just I didn't even think about it as it's basically a shmup. It's like you just finger bang and everything
pew.
the whole time, and you hold down. And
I just watched that South Park episode the other day.
which one?
Finger bang bang.
They're just talking about cartoon fingers,
Pew pew pew.
Pew, 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 pew.
banging your mum.
Yes, Paul.
She's a bad girl. Actually, that didn't get me out of it. That was supposed to be like the turn and then back out.
You,
It's
you made it worse.
No, that made it worse.
Yeah, you just-
made it worse.
Yep.
Then Crackdown 3.
Yes.
I wrote down release date here, meaning that I was supposed to look it up before the show, but I didn't.
I think it is shipping with X. I think it's being released at the same time.
Which is November. Isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah. Anyway, so we finally saw some Crackdown 3. And it's got Terry Crews in it, which made me very happy. Because if there's one man that does machoism and over the top bullshit, it's Terry Crews.
He does it well.
And he loves video games.
Yeah.
So he always comes off so genuine. He's like such a lovable man. I could hug him and he'd crush me to death.
You'd hug anyone,
Be a
though.
good way to go.
It's true. I am a whore. Sorry, slut. I don't charge.
What?
No, I wasn't saying like sorry, slut. No, I was like
No, I know.
yeah,
but,
yeah.
like, what?
well, whore charges, but I don't. So I'm a slut. I like a hug. What can I say? And I was very surprised with Crackdown 3, as in it didn't really look like the game that was shown last time we saw it.
No, I have a feeling this thing got a bit of a restart.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. And I also don't think it looked that great. I think compared to some of the other visuals I saw in other things, it did nothing to wow me. Like, if this is like a poster child for what the X can do,
We need some more bitter
It
apple.
didn't wow.
it did not wow.
You want to spray that leg again? Spray it. Yeah. But Toasty, come over here.
Just
Because we don't want you sprayed. You'll be sad if you're bitter appled.
live.
I'm gonna run towards it. My face. Okay. Okay.
No, what did you think?
I very much the same.
Yeah.
I was like, this looks fine. This looks fun. It actually looks like it's more in the vein of Crackdown 1 than 2,
Yeah.
which is good. But it also, I mean, Crackdown 1 wasn't a super impressive game visually either, and they certainly haven't fixed that problem. Especially with it being so long delayed and so
Yeah,
hyped.
well, that's... It's
I
been
kind
in
of
development
expected
so
something.
long that it's probably been a bit turbulent.
Yeah. Apparently all that crazy destruction still in the game. They just didn't show it off. I'm calling bullshit.
Yeah.
If you had the world's most amazing destruction still, you wouldn't not show it.
Yeah, that offloading the processing to the cloud really fell through, didn't it?
Yeah, they still say they're apparently doing that because it's multiplayer only for that bit. You
Okay.
can only do the bad destruction in multiplayer because offloaded. I still think they're just saving face.
Yeah.
And it'll just slowly disappear. But maybe I'm wrong. They showed a bunch of ID at Xbox titles, mostly stuff we've already seen. And nothing really jumped out there. Then announcement: Life is Strange Before the Storm. This is not the Life is Strange sequel. This is the prequel. Made by a different developer. It's only 3 episodes long.
This means I can nod.
And Ashley Birch is not returning to play Chloe because they recorded the dialogue during the actor strike.
What?
So someone else is doing the voice.
Okay.
You know what? I would have just sat on it until they could get the actual actor back. It's very recent and it's very much based on a performance. Apparently she consulted on the character, which is
But she didn't record it.
yes, because of the strike.
What?
It's like that's very strange.
Yeah.
For
So-
something that's so much based on bringing that specific character
Yeah.
back. Like,
And Chloe was good.
He just ran
So
out with a piece
did-
of cardboard.
They go into any detail about what the mechanics of this are going to be? Are they going to?
No, they haven't.
Will there be any kind of weird supernaturally sci-fi
you
things going on?
You think there has to be just because that's the brand of Life
Yeah.
is Strange, but I mean, it doesn't make any sense if Chloe has Max's powers.
Yeah.
And
Oh, it would be
she's.
nice because, like, if they disappeared after a while.
But you think she'd remember?
No, for some reason she just.
Oh, she has to wipe. She has to wipe her memory at the back with one of those memory erasing revolvers. And be sure to wipe your memory afterwards, Smithers. That's not the actual quote, but it's pretty
Oh,
good.
it should be good.
It's good.
Wonder which-
I don't have any faith in it. I would like it to be. I obviously want things to be good.
What else has this developer done?
I don't know who's developing off the top of my head. Sorry.
Well, that's the publisher, isn't it? No, it's the developer. We can nod.
Well, Don't Nod isn't making it.
Oh, I know, but
Yeah.
we can nod this time.
Oh, so they can nod. It's actually been made by Can Nod.
Ken
Yeah.
Nod.
Yeah. Nods are plenty,
Bitter
actually.
rivals.
Don't Nod and Bitter Rivals, Nods Ahoy. But yeah, just because in all the stuff, whilst it looked the same style graphically, like you still haven't sold me why this needs to exist.
Yeah.
And that's the big thing with the prequel. We were talking about it last week. What's a good prequel?
Even if you
Yeah,
just
like
make like a
what's-
cinematic type thing.
Well, what do we need to know about Chloe and Rachel's relationship that was not in the first
Oh,
game?
we're talking about Rachel.
Yeah, it's Chloe
Oh,
and
okay.
Rachel.
Well,
Max ain't even in this thing.
okay.
It's about Rachel's disappearance and everything. It's like, oh, that was kind of all material that was covered in the base game. Do we need to actually see it happen?
No.
I guess it's a fire walk with me
I
situation.
don't know. Would there be like, I don't know. No, never mind. Never mind. It's a good.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
Saw some more Ashen, which we actually probably don't need to say much of that. Then a big announcement. Very exciting news. So they talked about their 360 backwards compatibility and how popular it is, how much people like it.
Was it Spyro Trilogy remastered?
Is Spyro on Xbox?
But you did it. Well, the later games.
They did say that they were going to have backwards compatibility for Sony PlayStation 1, which was quite
I
surprising.
think that was. Didn't see
Also,
Dreamcast.
Sega Game Gear.
Yeah. And Jaguar.
Yeah, and
Wait, this is on Xbox.
no, this is all made up. But what they did announce was they putting in original Xbox backwards compatibility, which whilst I don't think there's going to be a huge library of titles people want, there are a few select
There are
titles that
some
people
ones.
want very,
Yeah.
very much.
And-
they use the example of,
Crimson Skies.
which makes you very,
Happy.
and makes me very,
Happy.
again,
Angry.
nah.
Indifferent.
Disgusted?
I just like to hear what you guys think. It's all,
Aroused?
these are all, that's what you got.
Oh no.
But it's really the answer to everything, isn't it? I'm very, very. I want Jet Set Radio
I
Future.
think it's time to go.
I want Panzer Dragoon Auto.
Time to go buy some old Xbox games while they're cheap.
Cheap.
You can just chuck them in, get the disc.
Yeah, the games I want weren't cheap now anyway.
No, probably not. But I think it's cool that they are running off the discs.
Yeah,
Chuck
I
them
mean,
in.
I assume they also will have them downloadable.
Yeah.
But someone did point out that means that there will be Battlefront 2 and Battlefront 2.
That's true.
That's funny.
We'll
live.
So I'm
no,
very excited to see
yeah.
how that works out. And they are going to upscale and do a few things to
Yeah, I
make
think
them
they
run
make it look a
nicely.
bit prettier and all
So
that kind of jazz.
that will be nice.
Yeah.
Maybe some Kung Fu Chaos we can get going.
Yeah.
As the only fans of that game in the
Yeah,
world.
we can have tiny smiles right in our eyes.
Because that's what that's from, isn't it?
Yeah, it gives
That's
my
it.
eyes tiny smiles.
Yeah.
That's the line.
Yeah. We love Kung Fu Chaos.
I've never played it.
It's I was going to say Power Stone-esque, but have you played Power Stone?
Nope.
So it's a 3D Smash Brothers.
Okay.
Yeah.
That Smash Bros is already sort of 3D. Oh wait,
No,
no.
it's 2D
Yeah.
gameplay.
Yeah.
This is 3D
Okay.
gameplay.
But Paul, you know the big one we're going to play.
No.
Death Row.
No, fuck you. That's
dying
right.
now.
You choked to death. You choked to death and you
Joke on those
die.
words.
Thanks a lot,
Monster.
Paul.
Yeah. Death Row, man.
Hate you. The game's terrible and you're a terrible man.
See, you
I'm
put
gonna get-
you put James on death row.
My feelings are still hurt
I'm
from
going to
you
get
playing
Ben
that
to
game.
come around and be good friends.
You guys are the worst. Okay.
Can I be your friend?
Then
Well, Ben's my friend now.
so that's when we had the announcement, November 7 for Xbox One X and $4.99. Then a reveal of Ori and the Will of the Wisps was new Ori and the Blind Forest game, which looked really, really,
It
really
did
sad.
look really good. Yeah, well, it looked really good. That was one where Cheryl sent me a link to it. Like she found it on her own accord and got very excited about
so
it.
pretty.
It looks gorgeous.
I actually haven't seen it.
You haven't played
You
Ori?
haven't watched?
I
no,
have.
she's
I played the
Ori.
first
Oh,
one.
yeah.
I loved it. I just
It's-
haven't seen the new
It
Ori.
looks...
It's gorgeous, and then it gets so sad.
Will of the Wisps. I like that as well.
It's a good name.
It's a good
name.
name.
Then just bunch of old Xbox One games are getting updates for
better get
4K.
PC.
Of course it will. As we said, there's no such thing as exclusive on Xbox
True.
One. Everything comes to PC.
Except Rare Replay.
No, but that's in the past. That's before that policy came in. It's an actual policy now.
Okay.
Speaking of Rare Replay,
They're giving away free on
they are, but actually by the time this episode airs, it's over.
So if you watch it, they'll give it, because I watched it and I signed in while an episode was going.
Yeah.
But there was no like.
I don't know how it's being dished out. This is what they say.
It seemed
but there's no point talking about it because the
It'll be
promotion's
gone
over
by the time, yeah.
All you're doing is making people sad that they can't get them
didn't
goodies.
get Rare Replay.
Then Middle Earth, we saw more of that. It's just more of what we've seen. It looks good.
It looks really good.
Yep.
There's a character called Bruce who's been a bit of a darling, a bit of a Twitter darling. Have you watched the video with Bruce?
Well, I watched this thing.
Bruce the Orc.
Yeah.
He's great. He's an Australian.
He was all right.
Yeah.
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah. He's just...
It sounds adorable.
It's just like just an Australian orc. That's all it is.
Oh.
He's great.
And then all the stuff it's already talk about with Anthem. That was how they closed off the show. So I thought a pretty all right showing from Microsoft. One of the things that I sort of mentioned at the beginning, most of the conferences this year have been pretty good at just focusing on games, but then also doing the E3 of those trailers being primarily cinematic. So it's just cinematic trailer after cinematic trailer, meaning you find very little content about the actual game.
So pretty, though.
Other than you see a lot of pretty stuff, other than setting and general graphical style. And then no one's talking about it, so you don't get much information.
Yeah.
So
there's been some which had... I think Assassin's Creed has a lot of play after the show.
Yeah.
Like, they definitely had
A
that
few
on
things
the
where they did
floor,
that.
and there's been, like, some 20-minute playthroughs and things like that. So there's lots to see there.
Okay. Whilst we're talking about being disappointed, time for Bethesda. Actually, I think this is really... Bethesda has become, like, the current meme of, like, but at least it's better than the Bethesda conference. I thought the conference was fine. It was a bit short. It wasn't a great presentation, but the content was all right.
More Skyrim?
With some cool
Things
stuff
that I liked in there.
Yeah. So let's go. So first up, something that I thought was very all right.
More Skyrim.
Doom VR, VFR. So I think that's very virtual fucking reality.
I'd say it's virtual fucking reality, which is a completely different title as well.
Yeah. So Doom is coming to Vive and PSVR. And
Is it coming to PSVR as well?
That's what the thing said.
Hooray!
Yay! So it is a virtual reality version of Doom, and it has entirely different mechanics.
Yeah, this is not Doom remade with
just virtual reality
virtual
support.
controls. It is its own thing.
Yeah.
Which I want to see what they do with the disembodiment of the character. I think Doom thematically has some ways they could play with that.
You could just be one of those screaming heads.
You could. But there's... Because it had like detached hands, but then also controlling levers and things. I'm just completely projecting. But I want there to be some kind of like mind-body twist on this thing.
Maybe you have to fight your body later.
Maybe.
And you're just hands in a head. Or you have to chase it and get back
Come
on.
back, buddy!
Get back here!
Is it like Magic Hand, Master Hand?
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
So
He's very lonely.
So it's a teleport-based movement.
Yes.
So you look where you want to go, you teleport over there. One of the nice things I thought it had was that you can go in for the insta-kill.
Yeah.
And the brutal kill, and you'll like walk towards it. Well, that looked good.
I think it looks like a smart way of doing it. I'll have to play it to know how it plays because that's what virtual reality still sits at.
Yeah.
But next up, they talked about their new Creation Club, which is bringing content to Skyrim and Fallout 4. This is just them getting ready to do paid mods again.
Yeah.
Hooray!
I'm actually fine with paid mods, but your hooray is not echoed by most of the vocal gaming community.
I know.
But I'm fine.
I'm just,
yeah.
I don't know, not the donations, but...
I think just sell them if they're good.
Yeah.
I have no problem with this. Some people put a lot of effort into it.
Yeah,
I think
I just
there's-
want like a trial-y type thing, but I do understand.
My understanding with the complication with the previous one was that mods tend to be built of other mods.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then it's like, well, who owns the stuff? And
Yeah.
then it gets a bit grey.
If you put someone else's sword in your mod, how can you then charge for that mod if that other person isn't monetized? And that's like, well, there's literally laws about use of other people's derivative works and everything, so
Creative
you can do it.
Commons.
Yes, exactly. So it could be dealt with, but then if it's worth someone's time dealing with it to sell a 99-cent sword mod, maybe, they made a shitload of money on horse armor. Like it was like there was something like last year it was back in like the top DLC sales or something. It was like not only did people end up buying it, they're still buying fucking horse armor.
My copy of Oblivion Game of the Year didn't have horse armor in it.
You had to go buy it separately. And then you had to do your account, you had to buy it again, and then you just gifted it to people willy-nilly.
It didn't even have an account. It was just an actual disc. My last game that didn't come with a Steam code. It was great.
Do they have horse armor on PC?
Don't know.
They probably do.
Probably whatever.
do.
But then you can also just download someone's mod of Horse Armor.
But that would be
the difference.
illegal.
Okay, no, that'd be fine. Yeah, people can make Horse Armor.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
like...
If they ripped it out, then that would be piracy, yes. Fallout 4 VR is coming in October.
Yep.
And some people got excited by it. It looked like Fallout 4 to me, which the problem is that's a bad game. So I don't care if it's in VR.
Yeah. It's not a world that I want to immerse myself in to the point where I go looking at lots of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. The detail is very repetitive in Fallout. It gets... Yeah.
I think the settlement stuff is what might get people excited.
Maybe.
Some people really get into that. The building their houses and things like that. And that will be pretty good in VR. Talky talk.
Yeah.
Da-da-da, dun,
I was going to
dun.
ask you to be a little bit closer to your microphone.
I can get a bit closer.
Cool.
There we
Okay,
go.
that's great.
Get closer.
There's some new add-ons for Elder Scrolls. Do you need to stop me?
Online.
2 new add-ons for Elder Scrolls. Not really. There's DLC coming post Morrowind. That's all that was.
Elder Scrolls Legends getting a Skyrim expansion.
Yeah, it's out on mobile phone next month. I've been playing a bit of it. It's not bad.
And our first Skyrim port of the night, Skyrim on Switch.
Yay! Like you say the first one.
And
Anyway.
you can use a Link amiibo and scan him into the game and get a really, really, really terrible version of Link.
I laughed so much when I saw
Yay.
Link in Skyrim.
Why not just make a model that looks like Link instead of just trying to do it in the character creator?
Yay.
It's like
Because the Link that they made was not a good looking Link.
it's Lonk.
They almost should have just gone with a female model.
More like Lank.
and just gone someone kind of
Yeah.
slender, and like that might have pulled it off. But no.
Well, I have always said that Link's really femme.
He is a very femme character.
They said they went with like some brutish, like I don't know, like a Nord or something like that. And
So yes, you can play Link.
yeah,
there's
you got Master Sword. That was cool.
You got motion controls, which I will not use.
I don't know
I
if
mean,
you
I'm not going to play the game anyway. So it doesn't matter.
Like, why do we need it in a post Breath of the Wild world?
What's different?
Oh,
to Breath of the
it's still
Wild?
going to sell so much.
It's going
I know.
to sell buckets of.
I'll probably get suckered in, but still, it doesn't have any mods, so I'm safe for now.
What I do love is that your through line of today has been like, don't we have enough goddamn Skyrim? But you still admit to yourself that I'll probably buy it.
Oh, right.
I'll probably play it.
Well, Skyrim.
I don't know.
Skyrim's very much one of my chill out games. Like it's just when I feel like if I go on holiday or something like that, I might bring it along and just like play. But I don't play with mods. That's another thing.
Yeah.
Mods don't interest me. So it actually works out pretty well for someone like
I
that.
like the path to elsewhere and stuff. It's I don't know.
Is that a
add-on
story
bits.
mod? Is
Yes,
that
it's a big expansion mod.
Yeah, you can't talk Skyrim to me and expect me to know anything.
What was that?
I gave that game 2 hours and then I put it in the bin.
What was that Skyrim mod that we played a while ago?
It starts with E.
Yeah, it had some generic fantasy name, but it was a good mod.
A very, very good mod. Yeah.
And that's something which would make a lot of sense to get into that creators club because it's
What about tell us the
But
tank
that won't be
engine?
on Switch.
That won't be on Switch, no.
And there won't be no Macho Man Randy Savage.
What about My Little Pony Dragon mods?
Which is, I have to say, it looked quite nice on the Switch.
yeah, that's my takeaway from it. It looked a lot better than I was expecting.
Yeah. But it is a 6-year-old game.
Well, yeah, it looks like I guess about the Xbox version. The Xbox version looked pretty good. Maybe a bit nicer than the Xbox version.
Yeah, I actually felt it did.
Yeah.
I can't stand by that, but I felt it did. Then we started seeing some new games. So Evil Within 2. And I thought the trailer was very fancy, and I don't know anything about the game.
No, but a good trailer.
Is it?
Well, it's something which I thought was pretty
It's
to
a
look at.
good piece of art.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, I
yeah.
enjoyed watching the trailer.
There's some cool visuals in that
Yeah.
game, of which I can remember none of them to relay now to the audience.
There was lots of white milk
I love white milk.
and some. It looks like
better
things were
than purple
turning
milk.
into.
Much better than brown milk.
Ew, that's the worst milk.
What about black milk? They make pretty dresses.
They do. They do. So I actually don't have anything other than it's coming out in October. So that's good. Bethesda's actually been pretty good at just announcing things when they're not that far off. Quake Champions, now you can get a BJ with it, which is great.
I was just reading your little comment there. Quake Champions sweetens the deal with a BJ.
Yeah, so BJ from Wolfenstein is now a character in Quake Champions.
So, given that BJ is the grandfather of Commander Keen, does that mean we
we're
can
gonna
get
get
Commander
Kane.
Keen into Quake Champions?
Here's hoping.
That would be great.
That'd be good. There is a expansion for Dishonored 2 called Death of the Outsider. I didn't see enough detail to say what it's just an expansion. It looks fine. I still haven't played Dishonored 2.
Yeah.
I should probably get on that too.
And then the long rumored, expected sequel to Wolfenstein came out, and I always expect Wolfenstein, the old was it
The
New Blood, and then it was the old
Order.
Yeah. Was it the other way around? Doesn't matter.
It might be.
They were very, very good first person shooters. It brought back really quality shooting. They had lots of variety of gameplay, a bit of a sense of humor, a cool universe, and that was great. And I expected more of that, and I did not get that.
You got a Man in the High Castle. That's what we got.
We got the craziest fucking AAA looking game I've ever seen. This game, so Man in the High Castle, so it's like 60s, 70s.
Yeah.
America, but
Nazis won.
Nazis won the war. There's crazy technology everywhere. You sort of seem to start the game in a Phantom Pain style. I wake up in a hospital. That section of the game seems to be played with you in a wheelchair with non-functioning legs.
Yeah.
There's a lot of gameplay of you in a wheelchair, and at some points being thrown out of the wheelchair and just being carried along conveyor belts and shit, but still shooting. This is kind of amazing.
Brand the game?
It's getting there. There is and then in opposites, there is at least one shot where you can see your shadow and you're wearing stilts.
What?
You're a stilt walker. And I'm like, okay. There's also a scene where a pregnant lady stabs a Nazi while another man drops acid and chases a 2D animated lizard around.
Is this the part where I commented that's crazier than anything else you could come up with?
Yes, it's getting there. The characters are drawn so broadly, and I want to learn of like that crazy German woman that seems to be after you. I want to see lots of her. The music is great. The style is great. There's all these weird characters. The scenarios seem so off the deep end compared to the first game. They've gone balls to the wall with this, and I'm very happy they did.
So this is coming after Doom,
yes,
where they've given that thing the freedom to go do whatever. So maybe what we're seeing is the kind of extension of that, where they're willing to let the team run a bit more.
Yeah. It's very exciting.
Yeah, it looks really good. And as someone who's a big fan of Man in the High Castle, the Amazon one, have anything with that kind of tone, except just way more bullshit crazy, I'm okay with.
By Amazon, is it made by Amazon? Is the TV show made by Amazon?
Yeah, the TV show, not the
I'm thinking,
Kurt Vonnegut.
Yeah. I was thinking.
No, Philip K. Dick. Sorry, Philip K. Dick novel. Which I didn't really like, but the TV show is very good.
Yes. I was confused by the Amazon one.
I
don't think it's based on the Amazon, man. Yeah. I haven't read it, but I just thought I'd clarify.
Yes.
So an okay conference. Again, these are all very dry. Not really any presenters. All just pre-rolled video footage of them going around and say, "Oh,
I
here's
thought it was
okay."
Thing. It was like to the point. Like I don't know. Like it was fine.
And then we were saved. The Digital Devolver conference took all other conferences.
And I will admit I didn't end up watching that one.
The 15-minute long conference that I insisted you must watch because I am now going to spoil it in its entirety. No, I won't spoil it in its entirety. So this conference took every other conference, bent it over its knee and spanked them incredibly hard and said, hey, industry, fuck you, and had a lot of fun.
Yes.
So the Digital Devolver conference didn't really bother showing any games.
A little bit, tiny bit.
It showed two, which were... I don't even know if it was particularly new footage of either of them. I think they just felt obliged.
Yeah.
Mostly it was having a go at the industry and culture. I like to describe it as the too many cooks of E3
that
conferences.
That is actually, I had a very too many cooks vibe from it.
To
unedited footage of a bear.
Many cooks.
To spoil one section, later in the conference, they announced they have a new system called comment created content, which in real time takes comments from the internet and implements them into the game.
Would that just end up like Taylor, that AI robot?
Oh, you want two weapons? You have two weapons. It'll take every mundane comment and turn it into a mechanic.
This walking simulator needs a rocket. It has a rocket. Everything is genius.
Taylor the AI robot.
I don't know what Taylor the AI robot is.
What? That was the Microsoft experiment. I think it was Taylor, was it?
Is that the one that got racist?
Is that the racist one? Oh, the Twitter bot. Yeah. The one that took a few minutes. Yeah. So this is like, you like complaining about your games? Well, we've turned that into a game. And then it gets cray after that.
Cray cray tay tay.
Yeah, there's a lot of blood in this conference.
Like real blood?
Oh, well, real is innocent and fantastic use of stock footage. I would highly recommend everyone check that out.
Check it out.
They weirdly in the final montage where the world is collapsing, they do show off a few games.
Yeah, there is actually. There's not a lot, but there is stuff in
there. Yeah. But we'll probably cover those there. Although there is one fantastic section with Suda51.
There is.
Yeah. There's a section where Suda51 announces that he's not making a game with Devolver.
With Devolver.
Who are these guys? He's a great guy. Okay, then we're going to very quickly touch on this because I admittedly did not watch the whole thing. I just sort of caught up on the news later. The PC Gaming Show.
Yeah.
I still don't think the format's great. It's a little bit too relaxed it's not hard hitting. It's sort of people waffling on and then some trailers in between and then some weird sponsorship.
I was awake during this. I stayed up quite late and played Overwatch last night.
And you put on the PC Gaming Show?
Nope.
Oh, so
I went to bed.
By saying you didn't actually watch it, you just happened to be awake during it.
Yeah.
That's a strange claim to make.
Well, I'm never awake during that time.
Okay, so quick rundown. We had a little bit new trailer on Ooblets, which I don't think we've mentioned on the show before. It's 3D graphics, sort of flat shaded. I'm thinking Donut County. That's a terrible reference.
Why don't we do
it?
That game's not even out. That's my go-to. I'm a fucking idiot. Anyway, pastel flat shaded, but it's like Animal Crossing crossed with Pokemon. So there you go. There's your pitch. It's on Xbox One, I think, and PC.
I think I like the idea.
It's very sort of hipstery. It's cute. It's very cute.
I like cute things.
Xbox 2 has announced a big new expansion.
XCOM 2.
What did I say?
Xbox 2.
Yeah, it's the Xbox One X2.
But yes, go on.
Well, I don't have a lot to say about it. It's just got a lot of content. They call it the biggest expansion they've done for an XCOM game. Which, considering the expansion that they did for the first game with the Long War and everything, it's already quite a lot of content. So there's even some zombies in it, which does make me not want to play it because I'm so annoyed of zombies. I'm not annoyed. I'm sick of them. Except for every once in a while, there's still
there's a different XCOM game that I want to play, and we'll get to that one later.
We'll get to that soon.
Yeah.
Shadowverse is getting an expansion. It's a card game. I've never even heard of it before.
I haven't heard of it.
Mount and Blade 2 got a new trailer. It's Mount and Blade. It looks very fancy. Looks like if I want to play out some medieval running across a field and stabbing someone in the eye.
You do enjoy doing that.
It's my go-to.
Yeah, you like games with swords.
But I bet I was more a chivalry man than a Mount and Blade man.
Yeah, and you didn't get Mirage.
Yeah,
I think that's a problem with that game.
I'm so close to Miraging, but then other things come out, and I don't have multiplayer time. Total War 2, Total War Warhammer 2 is almost out.
And they haven't renamed it Total Warhammer, which they should have.
They really should have. It's hard not to say it.
And I don't feel like the last one was that long ago.
No, it was. I
think it was. But actually, when I think about it, might have been a couple of years ago.
I think it was only last year.
Maybe.
At most a year and a half ago, I'd say.
Yeah, it seems like it hasn't taken long for this other one to come around.
Well, this seems more like this could have been an expansion. It's the same base of everything. In fact, I think the games can even hook up. But it's new...
new sides, factions.
Yeah, new factions. Yeah. And in fact, they were speaking about it like it's a trilogy.
Okay.
So, cool. New stuff coming to PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. So there's new maps coming, which will be a big change for it. And then also lots of moves. So vaulting and being able to dive and stuff like that, which will make the combat a little bit more varied and move around. Cool game called Tunic. There's a really cool VR game called Echo Arena. And there's Echo Arena, which is a single player. Oh, no, that's the multiplayer. And Lone Echo. It's a sports game.
Okay.
And it's a sports arena in 0G.
Ooh.
And you move around by grabbing objects that are just sort of suspended in space, but they're stuck there statically.
Ender's Game sort of stuff?
I've never actually read or watched Ender's Game.
Yeah, never mind.
From what I've seen of a trailer, kinda, and you just propel yourself by grabbing things and throwing yourself through the air, including grabbing other players and punching them in the face.
Nice.
Okay.
And then it's just taking the ball equivalent and throwing it through a goal on each end.
Yeah, Ender's Game.
Few people have played it. NSF plays fantastically.
Okay.
So it looks really nice, very easy to read. It could be a first good VR sports game. Cool. Killing Floor 2, Summer Sideshow event thing. Game Wildlands, Griftlands. Oh, 2 lands in a row.
Wow.
Lawbreakers is still coming out. Wargroove, basically that Advanced Wars clone thing is coming out PC. Shadow of War, which I assume that just is... I didn't even check. I don't even remember what right then. And then they were saying, okay, big announcement.
Yeah.
And I start doing Age of Empires shit. And everyone's like, fuck me.
Age
New
of
Age of
Empires
Empires. New Age of Empires. Here we go.
Yeah, that's a 5? 4?
It's,
I think 4 was the last one.
an
Anyway, whatever.
Update of Age of Empires 1.
Yeah, it's a the 4K version of...
Whoa.
Which I think it's like 4K has got to such a high resolution now they actually have to go, we better go redraw some of those.
Yeah, they said, now you've got new zoom modes. You can zoom out further. It's like, yeah, because you got it.
Yeah.
You got to zoom out more or you just, it doesn't work. Okay. How are we going time-wise? We're doing all right.
Okay.
We're doing all right. Yeah.
Could be worse.
We're going to get through this. Yeah, it could be a lot worse. Yeah, I could be screaming at everyone and just spitting into the microphone.
Please don't.
I don't like your spit. It's gross.
I'm with Amy on this one.
It gets all over my stuff.
Your spit's gross.
I'm not spitting on you.
I'll spit on you.
You got really insecure about your spit.
Yeah.
I'm just going to dry my mouth out.
Wow, James. You didn't warn me about this.
Cut deep. Cut deep.
My spit's like my child.
Oh,
That's why I spit in the garbage.
Wow. Wow.
All sympathy evaporated.
Yeah, see? This is what happens.
Yeah.
It's true. Okay, next up, we had the ubiquitous software, Ubisoft. Which, if I'm gonna award a best of show, I'm gonna go Ubisoft.
What?
I might give it to them.
Well, because Ubisoft, not only did they have some interesting games come up here, they still had presenters.
Yep.
And they had some awkward moments, but not terrible moments, just awkward. And because actually, one of the ones earlier at the it was EA. They got you know how we call them now, influencers.
Yeah.
Some of them presenting, and one guy especially. They excuse it by saying his auto cue fucked up. It's like, you know what a professional presenter does? Not fuck up when the auto cue fucks up.
Yeah.
He just looked at the camera weirdly and sort of giggled and said, "Oh, you know who I am?" I'm like, no, never seen you in my life, mate. I'm not 14. I do not understand your youth culture.
I thought
He does a prank channel.
Oh,
But then if you say that, apparently you're wrong. He hasn't done pranks in ages.
So we're talking about influencers as in YouTubers.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what an influencer is these days. They're a YouTuber. They do funny reaction videos.
I'm old now. I can't stand any of that stuff.
I'll get you a spit bucket.
I'll get you a spit bucket. You spit bucket.
You. That's kinky.
I hate you so much.
I don't know why you hate me so much tonight. I thought we were good friends.
Yeah, we had sushi train today. It was really good.
It's true. Okay, so Ubisoft started.
Yep.
And off the bat, what I was not expecting to start with, but it came straight out, Mario plus Rabbids, Kingdom Battle. And they brought out Miyamoto, who, as I like to say, has the joy of every child inside him,
He's
as well as their
adorable.
souls.
And their hearts.
that is what fuels him.
Yes, I've started to build my theory of secret evil Miyamoto.
We'll love him in the end.
It's so good. It's so good.
He just has like this pile, like the bones of dead children that he's absorbed their childlike glee.
No, I think his world would be very sterile. So everything
you think he's someone who's on?
Everything is dissolved and bleached.
So this one surprised me.
I still haven't looked at it because I'm just annoyed.
So it was a terrible kept secret that there was
That we
this
all knew
crossover.
about, yes.
And
it was mad.
yeah, like what is this thing? And like I was thinking it's going to be some kind of platformer that's going to be jumping around, and I don't care because
Yes.
I don't normally care about Rabid games that much. No,
Well,
it's XCOM.
Yeah, well, I got to say with you, if we jumping around platform, that means you didn't pay attention to the leaks because we knew it wasn't that.
Yeah, well, no, I didn't pay attention.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
it
yeah.
Because as soon as I saw Rabbids, I just turned off.
You just
I
turned off
didn't
entirely.
care.
Yeah.
It's XCOM.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it's just in the XCOM engine.
That's I don't know if I can go
Bold
that, but
claim,
yeah, it's-
James.
Okay, actually, no, you're probably not in there. I would say that I'm going to guess though there is some shared code between those two things because when it goes
Why would you think there's shared code?
just because when it goes into the XCOM mode and just the way the camera moves and things, like I just kind of expected it. No, actually, it wouldn't be the same.
But why would they
different
share
companies.
code? They're different companies entirely.
Look, I didn't think about this one through. Okay,
Do you think this is a Scunny cart situation?
it might be. I'm taking off jacket. It's hot. Ow! Stretch my shoulder.
Ba-da-dum, bam.
Paul, I'm stuck. Help me. I'm good. I
Takes me back.
I had to bend.
Yeah, that is trouble for you.
Shoulders. It's got the.
How dare you join the Jackal Society?
It's getting hot in here. The the XCOM style camera where like it'll kind of pull in, drop down for like the cinematic shots when you shoot them, things like that. I get really excited.
So the game looks really nice. They've very much captured Nintendo's art style.
Yep,
it looks great. Moving around the world generally. That seems relatively straightforward, a bit boring. If anything, you just sort of move a slider around and the team follows it. Yeah. Then you get into combat, and that's where the game seems to shine. As James saying, XCOM, what you expect. You got movement points, you go behind cover, full cover, half cover, blah-de-blah. And then, one little thing that I thought changed the way tactics will be in this game. So when you select a character, you've got the area of movement they can go to, and move them along. But then, one of the core mechanics of the game is... They call it friend jump or friend boost or something like that. So if you move a character forward, another character can then run up and jump on that character and be boosted. So as a very basic example, there's a rabbit on the other side of the wall. You run up to your side of the wall. The next person runs up, jumps off you, jumps over the wall, lands on the other side, shoots them in the face.
That's great.
Because there's guns in this game, which is still a little bit weird.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's got...
Wait, Mario
they're
holding a gun?
Yes. They're like blasters.
Yeah.
What?
And then later on, when they were showing the game getting a little bit more complex, it seemed to be about doing moves that give you the maximum amount of like extra moves within it. Because if you just move and fire, that seems like a poor man's choice. Yeah. But if you move, jump, run through an enemy, and then fire, you've effectively done 4 different things in a great amount of movement just by positioning things in an intelligent way.
It does something that Decay does.
Yeah.
Where Decay, you can throw characters. You can pick them up and throw them. And so you can move one out, have someone pick it up and throw them to get more ground. But then it's got this weird thing where you can cancel moves. So it's almost like it's very exploitable because you can move people into positions, throw them, use them for flankings, put them back, move them somewhere else. It gets really weird and confusing.
Yeah.
I like it as a mechanic, but this game I think does it oddly, like feels like exploiting, but it's not. This one I think it's got similar things, but it's done in a way which is just part of the mechanics. And you have
very readable.
Yeah. And you have to think about, hey, how do you chain these things together to get the most use out of these units? It's not, and it's still got the stuff like from XCOM, like Overwatch.
Yes.
Except it's called something else. Can't remember what it's
Mario
called.
has the Overwatch.
Yeah, Mario has Overwatch. Yeah, and so it's got
Hero's Vision.
Yeah, because
like that.
I've said before, I really like gun-based strategy games where you have lines of sight and cover and things like that. But they can be pretty dry.
Yeah.
Even XCOM can be a bit, takes itself pretty seriously. So that mechanic, but in something really lighthearted, I think it looks super fun. Like this is probably the biggest surprise for me. For the show.
As long as there's a good challenge to it, I think it's got a lot of potential.
That was something else with the screenshot. Is it had an easy mode. So I think there was like you hit a button to toggle easy mode. So I have a feeling if you just want to get through it,
the golden mushroom.
Yeah, basically the golden mushroom. You can just like, all right, let's just do this easy. So I blitz through it. So going to be options there, which says to me, hopefully, there's a hard mode.
Yes,
that's what I want. I don't think
permadeath.
I don't think there's permadeath like XCOM.
Oh, sorry, Mario's dead.
Oh, I want to kill Mario.
That'd be good. And I didn't mind the humor.
It
could easily get obnoxious. We'll just have to see.
I think I find Rabbids a bit much, but Rabbids
better than Minions.
Better than Minions.
Say that.
But then having kind of Mario to kind of balance it off, I think that's going to kind of pull it back.
He's sort of like the tolerant uncle.
Yeah,
they're all running around screaming little kids. And he's like, oh,
like I don't want him to go full Rabbid.
Yeah,
and I don't think they've gone full Rabbid. It's the Rabbids have corrupted the Mushroom Kingdom.
It's like one of them I imagine would come screaming towards him and be like, no. Anyway, so yeah, that looks, and it's coming out in just 2 months. You were saying about
I checked out the eShop early today, and it was only like a couple of months away. So remember last week I was talking about I want Nintendo to keep this monthly thing going. It's the next monthly thing. Like I'm okay with this.
So it's ARMS this week, the next month's Splatoon, and then after that Rabbids,
and then
getting closer to Mario.
Tell you, come Christmas, that Switch, its lineup is going to be crazy.
Maybe
it's going to be great.
Maybe, or they can keep this run going, then
it'll be good. Yeah. Okay, then more Assassin's Creed. We've seen they announced the Crew 2. I didn't mind the Crew. The vehicles. So you've got buggies and cycles and boats and planes. And I always wonder if they're just stretching themselves too thin there, but it looked fine. I don't know about jet skis, just motorboats I saw.
Oh.
But I mean, I don't think they're that different, so I bet they could do it.
Jet skis are just small things. They're just smaller.
Yeah, exactly. It's a
Yeah.
little boat.
Yeah, like a little motorbike. The motorbike of the sea.
Well, a jet ski is different to a wave rider. A wave rider is a little boat. A jet ski is you got to start. You start like underwater and then you keep.
There was no
going.
kayaks.
I did not see any kayaks.
Yeah.
It's true. Actually,
Canoes.
that was what I thought was weird about it. The trailer had very little racing. It was more like
Yeah.
hang out in this environment in this vehicle. I'm like that's a bit weird.
Yeah.
It looks pretty.
Yeah.
We'll see. Anyway, so Steep has an expansion, an Olympics expansion, which probably adds, like, for the more competitive person in that game, adds a good little edge to it, which is nice there. South Park: The Fractured But Whole is apparently still coming out.
Yep.
I didn't notice anything different about it. Still looks like the exact same game we've been seeing for the last 15 years.
It's probably just been sitting there for 15 years waiting to be released.
Yep.
It's going to be so
I
good.
say that. I'm just going to jump forward slightly. They also announced another South Park game called Phone Destroyer. It is I believe, free-to-play.
Free-to-play card game / strategy game.
Yeah.
I saw things that look like cards, and I saw things that look like a strategy game.
Yeah.
It reminded me a
So when's
bit...
it coming out?
I haven't
I'm
noted
not
the
sure.
date.
Yeah.
Let's say now. It's out now.
Yeah.
Go and if it's not in your store, just yell at someone.
Yeah. It reminded me a bit of... there's a few of them now, these... they're kind of like grid-based strategy games.
I always go...
that
And,
also have cards.
and I always go... You can be self-aware and then make fun of this, but if you're also doing it...
Well, that's the problem I had with the Pocket Mortys.
Yeah.
Because Pocket Mortys was like, it's gonna be Pokemon.
Is it funny?
but
This
it's free to
grindy
play.
bullshit.
It's like, but it's grindy bullshit.
I wanted to love that game.
And it shows you why you should never make a free to play Pokemon, because as soon as you make it free to play,
Yeah.
it just sucks the life out of it, and it's terrible.
$1 for a Magikarp.
Yeah, don't monetize Pokemon ever.
Skull and Bones. I was very excited when this started. I said,
Yeah.
Ubisoft just doing a pirate game. That's what we wanted
Yeah.
after Black Flag, wasn't it? And they are.
Except it's just the ships.
It's only the ships, and it's more based on being a multiplayer tactical game.
Yep.
Which is fine.
kinda
It just didn't pay off on what I hoped it was going to be.
I felt a little bit World of Battleships. Mm-hmm. Something a little bit like that.
World of Warships.
World of Warships, sorry. But I think it's a
sunk my warship.
it's a big open world, I think. So, I don't know. If I can go around
it didn't seem like it seemed like it was instanced match that they were playing.
I'm
in
not
the
sure.
demo.
They mentioned there being options to play by yourself. So I don't know. We'll see. But it doesn't have the dream.
Wanna be
All
I stop now.
myself.
Don't want to be all by myself.
Don't smoke. That's
Smoking is
that's how
bad.
where they play it.
I wish you could have a smoke.
I'm going to just sit here and look cool.
Man, I wish I looked cool.
You would look so cool with a cigarette hanging out of your mouth right
Oh,
now.
I just cough.
Maybe one behind your ear.
Oh, can I have one
so
in my mouth
cool.
and behind my ear?
Yeah. Actually, put like 6 up your nostrils
Yeah.
and then just drag them all at once.
I will be in flavor country.
Oh, yeah, that's
Smoking is bad, people.
right to the sinus.
You are worse than Hitler.
The sinus is just the hole in your skull.
I watched the South Park Butt Out episode today. It's the anti-smoking one where they burned down the school.
But you didn't watch the rabbits.
I watched a lot of South Park
Nice
today.
show prep, Amy.
South Park is good.
It is. Okay.
rewatching it all.
So yeah, Skull and Bones. That seems interesting. But
Yeah.
Then one of the weirder things, Transference. This game stars Elijah Wood.
Oh, is this a VR game?
Oh, just wait. Is Transference that, or did I mix that up with another one? I can't remember. There are a few
Anyway,
weird things.
no, this is Ubisoft.
Oh no, this is.
Yeah, it is.
Was it?
It's with Elijah Wood. Yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Elijah Wood. It's VR, or maybe it's not.
I can't tell.
It's like it looks like a '90s FMV game.
Was it
But maybe none of that was from the game. I don't know.
Was Elijah Wood? He was dubbed over by someone else.
I don't think so.
I think so. I can't.
Maybe the stream was just out of sync for you.
It could have been.
He's been working with a technology company, and Ubisoft came to them, and they're putting in people's traumatic memories into a VR game.
That actually did make me think that with VR, there is the potential for it to cause trauma.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, like
Everything can cause trauma, even this podcast.
Oh, ow!
That was actually harder than I meant. I'm so sorry.
Man, my face has so much trauma.
What about that one?
I mean, when I say harder than I thought, I still didn't beat him up, but it was. I just go for the element of
Yeah.
surprise.
I hope that it could slap on the mic. That'd be great.
It
Yeah,
sounded
but no,
okay for what I
actually,
heard.
did like even though I know this is a game, it did actually like. Well, if VR does enter kind of the popular domain more, is there the potential for people to start needing VR counseling? Like, potentially...
Well, the good thing is that they could just make a program to do that and you can do it in VR.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, yeah, when I got out of VR, I think I was like, when
Friday.
did we do that? Yeah, Friday. Jeremy was drinking a beer and it just looked like very disconnected. So
the beer wasn't quite in his hand. It was just like, they haven't matched up the graphics.
Yes, it was so weird.
They haven't rigged that model properly. I'll just look away and it'll be better.
Hi, Jeremy.
Hi, Jeremy. Just Dance still exists.
Oh yeah,
I don't understand why Just Dance survived and Dance Central didn't. Dance Central was obviously the better game.
Was that the one that taught you how to dance?
But it needed the Kinect.
It did need the Kinect.
See, and that made it the superior product.
But how does Just Dance work with the other things?
Look, the reason it survived because Just Dance can get away with you not being that skillful.
It allows
Dance
me to
Central,
sit down.
But how does it even work with consoles?
The thing is, it doesn't. You wiggle your arms like an idiot, and it says you succeed. But Dance Central, you legitimately had to move.
Yeah,
it was hard. It taught you to be a dancer.
That was the one with the step-by-step stuff, isn't it?
That was the one with the Kinect, which actually would get your whole body, and you would.
I learned some amazing moves from that. My wife still insists I do.
It was a much better product, much superior. But the Kinect is well and truly dead.
Yeah.
Now, which
Well,
is a
they
shame.
still use
It's
it
a good.
in real-world stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
But now it's time for the
You interrupted
batshit
us.
craziest thing of the entire show: Starlink.
Like I was complaining about this at work today. To the point where everyone else started trolling me about it.
Oh, good, because you deserve that. So Starlink is the example of something that I love to see, which is a company doing something so stupid,
So dumb.
so misguidedly awful, and just flawed in concept that I can't help but love it. Starlink is it seems to be an action game where you pilot a spaceship. The game looked okay. It didn't really show enough for me to get an idea of how it plays, but
He said, but
it comes with a miniature spaceship,
it's
and you mount that spaceship on your controller.
On
it
the
clips
controller,
on top of
it goes right here.
And this is a toys to lifestyle product. So
Like
in the
this.
game, if you go, I need to use my heavy machine guns, you don't push the change weapons button. No.
better-
You physically take the gun off your spaceship and
put a chibi robo.
Put another
Yeah.
gun on there. So it's a toys to life game where you're just building a spaceship on the fly.
1 sec, Paul. I just have to get my missile launcher.
Oh shit! It's in my other bag. Oh.
Between the cushions,
There you go.
couch. Quick!
No,
I'm
not
getting
the
shot.
Pokeball.
James, I realized the problem.
What?
They were expecting non-idiots to play this game.
But in the example, they actually have
It's
the
like
little
one of those
pile,
infomercials.
the little pile of
Yeah.
widgets sitting next to them.
But I just mean like people that could use their hands to hold something, which you seem to have some problems with.
I struggle with the fingers.
It's true.
You're
It's
an
true.
info.
It's a.
James is an infomercial guy.
Oh, he is.
Just make if you can cut that to black
How
and
is
white,
life so hard? Yeah,
it'll be amazing.
Oh, screw it! I can't use my Starlink toy.
I don't know if this is one of these things where there was one person driving it in a meeting that had all the power, and no one could convince them that it was a terrible idea.
That's a brilliant
So
idea.
they all
10
had
out of 10.
They all had to just buy into it, and there's just this air of acceptance. And there's one or two people in the company that this is genius. This is so good. Those other ones which you'd scan it but then you take it off so you can hold it. That's
and all the Toys to Life things had portals typically.
yeah,
that you stand up.
because it was about the thing coming to life in
But
another
now,
world.
But you see, imagine if the spaceship also you clip it on the top of your controller, and this is for Switch and at least PS4.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. What if it was motion controlled then?
See, but that would make a little bit more sense to me if they did that.
So good. It's
But
perfect.
it was the thing being on the device didn't
That's what
offend
makes
me.
it so good.
How does it clip on?
With a clip. I think it'll be per version that have a specific clip.
The bit that offended me was the weapon swapping.
So good.
That was the part. And I'm what are you doing?
It delivers on the thing that all the Lego Toys to Life things and everything failed on, which is your changes to the machine actually having an effect. So I like it in theory.
Yeah, I just don't want it mounted to my controller, and I don't want to do it while I'm playing the game.
What if it was mounted to your arm or your wrist, and you could fly around with it like that, and you could change them like that? It'd be
No.
so good,
little
so good, James.
Little watch.
I wonder if it auto pauses when you take it
So
off.
one of the amazing things is that when they're saying the ship parts you collect, and you can also acquire them digitally.
Well, yeah, because that's the only way you actually do it. Because the other way is super, super dumb.
It's so cool.
Pay to play. It was funny. At work, I was telling people explaining it about it, and they were the concept they loved. But the moment that they went and saw the actual, implementation.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, that's pretty dumb.
But
then they turn it back around to start trolling me again.
One of the things that's just like, I'll actually go on its silly side. So if you haven't noticed, I don't mind collectible toys.
Really?
They're all right.
There's a few of them around.
If you may notice, they're all character-based figures. I don't have a lot of vehicles. It's like, here's a sort of No Man's Sky style shit.
There you go.
Okay. I maybe one of them. I'm not going to have a collection.
And Paul, that's where you get into the Skylanders. I think they've got some vehicle ones.
But the vehicles still had characters in them. I'm pretty sure, at least.
I don't know. I never played.
Yeah, because they had a Donkey Kong and a Bowser one, and they were in vehicles, and also the model printing was terrible.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I wanted that Bowser one, but
it looked hideous when I saw it in real life.
I mean, Skylanders did have the
Portal?
changeable one.
Oh, changeable.
So that thing has existed, but
swap force stuff.
I think there's a very good reason that every one of these things have had some kind of portal.
Yep.
To get them into the game.
Yeah, because they weren't smart enough to put it on the controller.
Put it on the controller.
Anyway, so Starlink, 10 out of 10, best game ever. Yeah. It's actually called Starlink Battle for Atlas.
Yeah, and it's got a very kind of 90s Saturday morning cartoon kind of vibe to it.
Yeah, I mean, I do want to see more. I think it's mad, but I want to see as much as I possibly can without paying money.
Oh dear.
Then Far Cry 5, which I thought was the end of it, but it's not the end of it. And
that petition didn't get passed.
What was no. I still tell you it's a joke.
It is a joke.
So Far Cry 5, they showed off some gameplay, and I was a little disappointed, I have to say, because it was closer to this Far Cry than I expected. But that's fine. It still looked really nice. The setting I actually found kind of disturbing.
Yeah.
I thought the actual scene of like people in the town getting dragged out and basically executed was pretty confronting, frankly.
Hooray!
It's funny how when they put it in that context, suddenly it's much more impactful.
I don't think I found earlier ones disinfectant, but I suppose the environment was more used to something.
No, I did find it less impactful. Like if it's set in Nepal or if it's set in whatever other country, I can't remember. It's harder for me to relate to that situation. The moment you put it in an American town, it makes a big difference.
Yeah.
We are
big
American.
Focus on getting other characters that. What's your plan here, James? Just trying to cut the door?
Clicked it this time.
Whoa.
We'll see how we go. We'll see how long hey, something just clicked over there. I'm going to go start ramming that door. He did. He immediately came to the room.
I'll let him in. You keep talking there, buddy.
Okay.
Paul, keep talking.
Far Cry 5, so a big focus on sort of collecting co-op buddies, so characters with special skills, and
so
then
cute.
also the whole game's co-op. Yay!
Puppy pup.
Which I mean, that's where Far Cry was going anyway. It visually looks nice, and it's more Far Cry, but it didn't really, other than just the impactfulness of the setting, it didn't seem to change the gameplay up too much. And then we thought we were done, and then so I find it funny when sometimes a twist is just somebody lying. So about a week or two ago, in fact, we reported on the last show that there was announced that Beyond Good and Evil 2 would not be at the show, which wasn't shocking because it hasn't been in full production mode for that long. And I mean, it's always just been a tease at us anyway. So
Hey, now Half-Life 3.
Suddenly there's a thing that starts and there's a pig humanoid with a mustache and a talking monkey. And I'm like, no. You guys, you clever guys who just lied straight to my face. What a twist. It's not the most clever twist ever. So Beyond Good and Evil 2 had a new trailer. Because we can't say reveal trailer because it's had trailers before. It's had one official and one leaked. Mm-hmm. And it looked really, really nice. Partly because it was just a CGI trailer.
A very good CGI trailer.
Very sexy CGI trailer. And the game is a prequel. And it introduces to a few characters. There's a lot of swearing in the trailer.
I think it's funny because
too much. So
when the trailer opens,
What? Too much for Paul?
Yeah,
I am very confused.
Well, you see, Beyond Good and Evil wasn't exactly a hardcore game. It was a very charming game where I don't believe anyone needed to say those motherfuckers.
Yeah, I think Bang Bang Motherfuckers.
Yeah, Bang Bang Motherfuckers was another one.
But what
fuck me, I think when he saw like the police come around the corner or something.
One of the things I found amusing was the first F-bomb was suppressed. Mm-hmm. Like when the monkey says it, he goes to say it, and then holds back. And like, oh, okay, that's the kind of thing it is.
It's like, no.
Nope.
Full on. So it's a beautiful trailer.
Yep.
It sets up a lot of questions. It doesn't really answer anything. It doesn't show us what the game is. Then they start saying some things that started getting Beyond Good and Evil fans like me kind of worried.
Oh, you mean the things that got me excited?
Like open world and multiplayer.
Yeah.
Loot.
The things that got me excited.
You know why we liked Beyond Good and Evil,
Yeah, but
right?
I didn't play Beyond Good and Evil, so... Do you really like, Paul, that this game, which should be for you...
Which is 15 years coming.
Yeah, which is actually more for me.
But you don't even know it's for you yet.
It sounded like it is.
Why?
Oh.
Tell me what the game is.
Online, multiplayer, open world.
I thought you didn't like
Yeah,
online
but tell me
multiplayer.
anything about what that is.
My
and what it
mind is filling in the rest of the blanks.
Well, then now you're just filling yourself ready for disappointment.
I love disappointment.
Yeah. What we want
Yes.
is an interesting creative world.
Yes.
With photography where we have to solve puzzles to get those photos. We want Zelda-esque dungeons, and we want racing,
Yep.
and we want
Sandseal
memorable
racing.
characters, and we want very varied gameplay modes.
With some loot.
So you basically
No fucking loot. If there's loot in this game, I will go to France and blow it up.
So Paul,
All
you
of friends.
All of France.
so you just want Breath of the Wild.
No, Breath of the Wild doesn't even come close to that. Their photography is not based on puzzles.
No, it's based on puzzles of the location.
Oh, that's just filling out an album. It's
Have you filled
beyond
it
good-
out?
No, because it kind of gets boring.
I filled it out.
The entire album.
Really?
You're insane.
I'm not insane.
You're a mad woman.
I don't think Toast
I
is
like-
that comfortable.
Yeah,
He's fine.
I just like the cutscenes
What cutscenes?
in Zelda.
Yeah, they're nice.
Yeah, that's why I did it.
Beyond Good and Evil has rhinoceros.
It's got one really good cutscene right now.
Yeah, it does. But it actually another sort of kick with it being a prequel, and we're real hoping this is one of those prequels that then goes in the future, because Beyond Good and Evil ends on a cliffhanger.
Oh, okay.
It ends at like the pivotal, like this. It's sort of resolved, but it's resolved in the sense of like, aha, and now we know what's really going on, and now to go finish the fight, sort
Yeah.
of thing.
Like an Acronox style thing?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember how Acronox finished.
Cliffhangery?
Yeah, it was like a 40-hour game
Yeah.
that was not that good.
Yeah.
I wasn't playing it. I played bits of it. But yeah, I was like, oh, so now we're finally getting the sequel 15 years later, and we're not seeing Jade or PJ. Thanks. I mean, it still looks good. I'm still excited, but thanks. Anyway, so very, very, very excited. But then afterwards, I realized I learned nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and which was a lot of E3 this year. Getting suddenly excited and then realizing, I actually didn't know anything about that. Okay, so now we're up to the final press conference that we are covering in this episode, because Nintendo doesn't happen until later tonight, as we mentioned before. So it's very possible that we do like a quick amendment to this episode, or we just wait till next week to talk about Nintendo. So Sony.
Spyro remakes.
Spyrim.
Spyro.
You know, you're very fixated on this thing that did not happen and will never happen, because Spyro is a B- game. See, she's been saying she hates me all night, so now I'm going to give her a fucking reason. Okay, Spyro
hate
is
you so much.
Spyro is fine. It's just not as good as Mario 64.
I hate you so much.
I think it's better, Amy.
Thank you.
It's true. You're not a big fan of it. I actually was hearing a lot of people talking about 3D platformers, reading different opinions, because sort of the continued hate towards ukulele, which I don't understand the dislike overall, because I'm like, well, it has problems, don't get me wrong, but you guys really hate this. And then I found a whole subsection of people that the main complaint is you've got to keep going back to levels to get everything.
But that's
And then go, but Spyro, I love Spyro because you could just get everything the first time.
Nope.
It's like, does that make it good? I mean, I'm not saying it makes it bad.
Yeah.
And can you not do that? Are you saying? I don't know.
I don't remember. I think I had
they
to go
seem to
back
think
to
you
some.
could, like you don't unlock.
You
abilities
probably.
there.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm like, oh,
I know
is
in the
that
later
separated
games
good
some
if like
stuff
if you
was
can complete
changed.
everything first go.
Oh yeah. You've got to go back to when you've unlocked certain characters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
in Spyro 3.
Well,
Yes.
that's not Spyro 1 though.
Yeah, but Spyro in general, the first trilogy, they're the best.
Aren't they the only ones? Then comes Skyrim. Skylanders, goddamn.
No,
was not on purpose.
then there's a bunch of PlayStation 2 games that I don't care about because I don't have a PlayStation 2.
Spyro Team Racing.
No, Crash Team Racing.
That would be good.
I need that as a remake.
Remember Draken?
Draken?
Yeah.
I've heard of it.
The one with the lady with the good shadow tech?
Yeah, and you could fly on a dragon.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's a good game.
Yeah.
They should remake it.
Where did that one come from?
I don't know. It's got a dragon in it. So, Sony.
Yes.
Okay. Gran Turismo Sport will run at 4K at 60 frames per second this fall. Good.
Huzzah!
Cool.
I'm going to say all this news in the first little bit is pre-roll. So if you weren't watching before the press conference, you didn't actually see it. Knack 2 is coming. Okay, that's what I'm going to say about that.
For reasons.
It looks fine, but
Yeah.
Knack 1 played so much worse than I thought it would when I finally got it.
That
I was
thing
like,
fell so flat. Okay, but sure.
Yeah, this was not in the main conference, but this is perhaps my favorite thing that Sony did. They announced this thing called PlayLink, which is an app on iOS and Android, and it connects up with games. So think Jackbox Party Pack.
Yep. I'm thinking this take me back to like Surface Glass or something like that.
A little bit, that sort of glass thing. So they've announced 2 games so far. One of them's called Hidden Agenda. It's by Supermassive, the people that did Until Dawn. In fact, Until Dawn did like 3 games in this conference.
I really liked Until Dawn.
And this is very much following on from Until Dawn. And what they said was, I think we can both attest to this. Have you played Until Dawn at all, Amy? Okay, so Until Dawn is a single player game. Yet a lot of people played it with more than one person.
That's exactly what happened, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what they've done, they've made Until Dawn that you can play with more than one person. So everyone has their phone out.
Yep.
It's majority rules on choices, but then they've started adding extra little things like you actually having secret information against other players, and you like getting your own bits of information and making choices that will affect other people without them knowing and everything. It's the hidden agenda in it.
Yeah.
It's a crime story, and it seems to mainly focus around this guy that set up a house full of booby traps, and it's designed to kill the first responders. So it's Until Dawn. It's about keeping people alive and multiple plays through in different. It's like, and you all just sit down and you just all interact with your phones and you play it. Fucking
No,
genius.
that sounds amazing, because I love hidden object hidden information games. Do you remember that?
I don't know how much in info, but they did indicate a bit of it. Yeah.
Do you remember that kind of Baldur's Gate style game I was playing, where you could play
Yes, yeah.
like where the characters. It was. Do you remember this one? It's like a Baldur's Gate style RPG. Can't remember what it's called.
Aeon something or
Aeon
something?
Altar. Aeon Altar.
Aeon Altar. Yeah.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, but it is fantastic because it's multiplayer, where you have hidden information. So you have hidden agendas on your mobile phone. You use the mobile phone to move the characters around. But the genius thing was that you would read out what your character was saying in silly Dungeons and Dragon voices. It was so good. So seeing this
D&D is good.
seeing this with like official support from Sony, it's a cool concept. It's a really cool concept.
I think it's awesome. Now, the other game is more in line with something you might see in a Jackbox, but I thought it was genius. It's called That's You. And you'll sit around, like everyone puts in their player profile, they take a picture with their camera, like, this is going to be my face and everything. And then the games might be something very simple, like, hey, which one of you is more likely to be killed by a vampire? Yeah. I made that one up. I'm very clever.
Really?
And that was kind of boring. I was like, who cares? And then said, okay, someone stand up and take a photo. Boom. It's like, now everyone draw what this person would look like in riot gear. It sends the photo to everyone's phone and gives them, 30 seconds a minute to draw on that character and then submit it, and everyone votes on it and everything.
Okay.
Which is a very Jackbox thing, except Jackbox, because it's browser-based, has never had that sort of being able to use photography from the phone, because it also doesn't know what kind of device you're using. By only being phones, which we know have a camera, they can start to, like, this is really cool. And especially in a group, like, that's just going to cause a lot of laughs. You can have a good time with your friends.
I like having good times with my friends.
Yes. So they had the t-shirt designing game in the last Jackbox, which has been very successful, had a lot of fun with. And this just seems to take it to the next level. I was like, yeah, cool. I enjoy this. I love them supporting that. I'd like to see more of it.
Sounds like fun.
I'm really excited for Hidden Agenda as well, by the way.
Yeah. Matterfall is just a side-scroller that's coming out. It looks all right. It's got creating and destroying platforms as you go around. Undertale is coming to PS4 and Vita.
I want to see how that goes.
They've got a very...
to Vita, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
Vita
very
does
excited
exist.
about that.
Yeah.
There is a special edition physical version coming out, which has a book and a locket with a music box
I
in
know.
it.
I am so excited.
And the ad is kind of amazing because everything bursts into flames constantly.
I still haven't played Undertale.
It's a good game. You
You
should play it.
It's,
I've heard it's good.
Yeah,
from
ignoring
many
the
people.
fan base.
Yeah.
Crash Bandicoot is almost out. It's good to know. And then we kicked into the actual conference.
Yep.
Huzzah!
Kicking off, It starts with a band. What on earth?
What's he done?
Oh,
You got a moth?
my dog is chasing a moth. I thought he was being electrocuted. He was just like, he was shaking on the ground. I'm like, what on earth? Are you okay? And like, no. He's just really excited to catch a moth.
You go for that, Toasty. You go get that moth.
You go, boy. Aww. So it started with a dog chasing a moth. So it started with a band playing sort of Arabian instruments, I guess. Middle
Eastern-ish.
Arabian's probably a weird word to use. Middle Eastern instruments. Like really, I said to James as we were watching it, I was like, Sony's going to put on a fucking show. Everyone else is, and this was kind of the end of it.
It went.
They did a few things. They did a few things at the beginning, and then it slowly dwindled out.
Yeah.
And there was water images coming up behind them as raindrops are falling from it, and it's all this imagery and everything. I'm like, they can't be showing off Assassin's Creed. It's already been in a bunch of things. So what are all these symbols they're doing? Oh, mysterious. So can't wait for this mysterious new game. It's the Uncharted DLC.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, apparently it's big, so it might be considered it's a full game now.
Expansion.
Yes. That's the one with the two ladies. I can't remember their names.
I can't remember.
The Lost Legacy.
Yeah.
I mean, if you wanted more Uncharted, there's more coming.
I'll play more Uncharted.
Yeah, and then it quickly went into Days Gone. No, it didn't.
No, it went to
No, after that it went into Horizon.
Zero
They're
Dawn.
around the wrong way, those two things, I
A
think.
bit of Horizon Zero Dawn
Expansion again.
a bit more snowy.
Yep, a snowy environment. Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, it looked like more Horizon. I haven't finished base Horizon
No,
yet,
neither. But looked nice.
Yep. And then it went into Days Gone for quite a long preview. And as I'm watching it, I'm like, this game looks very well made. Very talented people made this game. Also, Last of Us 2 is coming out, and I've played apparently 600,000 zombie games.
Yeah.
And this is solid, but I don't see what really differentiates itself in any particular way.
Had a motorbike.
Pew, pew, pew.
It's got a motorbike.
Yeah, it got stabby.
You can use zombies to attack other people.
Yeah, and they show off some of the stealth. He threw a rock that hit a metal sign that made a good dong.
Yeah, like it had lots of good things.
It was
but
very
it's just one of those things that I just. In fact, I'd say even more than competent. I think it looks like a kind of incredibly well made game of just something that we've seen so much of, sort of stealth mechanics and look, this is so brutal and raw. It's like, and this was a little bit into this conference after a couple more things.
I think you said something like, "This is a very violent show," or something like that.
Pew, pew, pew.
Can we have a little bit less violence for a little bit of color? Because even then, it's like even
apart from red.
Yeah.
This is where there were people hanging from the roof. They were like, this is when they're still in the good, like the expensive part of the show.
Yeah. So I mean, like it looks.
It looked fine.
I just don't see who's getting excited about it.
There's probably plenty. Not me. I'll play Horizon
I guess
Zero Dawn
the
first.
Walking Dead's still super popular, so I guess it gets into that.
If I want to play a big open world thing,
you're a biker and they're trying to get a Norman Reedus bloody Walking Dead thing. I bet that was exactly when they put it together.
Yeah.
I bet they had a picture of him, and I bet they said, "We need to make this without paying for likeness." Then. Semi-little surprise, nice. Shadow of the Colossus is getting another. What's more of a remake now than
this
just
is actually a remake.
than HD. It's actually new graphics and everything.
It looks gorgeous.
I might finally play it.
Yeah. And I thought it said it's like as long as the actual control mechanism is a little bit improved, a little bit modern, because it's just one of those things that it's like when you go back to a game that's a generation old and you try to jump on a ladder, and you don't notice the amount of work people have done to make ladders easy to jump onto now. Same thing with Shadow of the Colossus. It's like, I have to line up a little bit more than I expect to get on the horse and things like that. You smooth that out, and the game still as amazing as it ever was.
Yeah, visually, it's not even like what my mind's eye remembers. It's just like it looks like what I would want it to look like when it came out.
Yeah. Because let's face it, when it came out, it still had lots of problems.
It was running like 20 frames a second, and
that's generous. There's parts of the game that run at like 5 frames a second.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it'll be cool
excited.
to see. And then actually, the first big surprise that was there. See a guy crawling through with a sword.
That's a
big sword.
Yeah, really.
It's like a Monster Hunter-y sword.
Yeah.
He seems to be fighting monsters. Is this Monster Hunter? It's Monster Hunter. Yeah. Whoa!
Yay!
So big console Monster Hunter coming to PS4.
Yay!
Big open world, actually open world.
Yes, they made a big point of like zooming the camera through the whole thing, so it's not all like small region based like Monster Hunter, which is always something that bugged me.
I thought that Nintendo.
They don't have the license. I think they might have an agreement, like they might have a standing agreement for like portables or something.
So I remember there being
there's
a bunch of grumpy people.
There's even a PC Monster Hunter game. Just not in English.
Just the recent Monster Hunter games on the 3DS that aren't exactly recent. There hasn't been one on the Vita. They're all on the PSP.
If they're because they used to be PSP based and everything, and then it followed the money. And so they may have some standing license agreement for portables, but console doesn't seem to be so.
I thought portable was also the form factor this thing was most popular in.
Yes, by far.
Yeah. So
Switch.
So Switch, I think, will probably still be the owner of. This is a prominent way people. It
actually will be very interesting to see how the sales go both ways.
Yeah.
So cross versus
World.
Yeah, I'll be following that battle. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. It's coming out. We already knew that, but there's a story demo out. You can go play it right now if you want.
It's all right.
Then the last.
Okay.
Toast is making a ruckus over there. Did he kill himself?
No, he's alive.
He knocked over my little blackboard.
Upside down.
Upside down. And now our last Skyrim port of the night.
You sure?
So Bethesda couldn't put this in their packed 25-minute long conference. They had to save it for this one, and that is you can now play Skyrim in VR.
And PlayStation VR. The impressive thing here is not that they've done it. It's that they kept it a secret. Like, I had no idea this was coming. I was convinced that
you knew Fallout was coming.
I knew Fallout was coming, yeah. So, and I was very confused. It's like, why? I understand Fallout's popular, but if I'm going to walk around a place and look at it, I don't want it to be the wasteland. I want to walk around and look at Skyrim. And I was confused. I am now less
vertical
confused.
Horses.
I do want to look at some vertical horses. Yeah, it's cool. I'll buy it, probably, maybe.
You're cool.
I don't know. I'm glad it's there.
Do you have a PlayStation VR?
No.
Well, there you go.
No, I won't get it yet.
Eventually.
Yeah,
One
maybe.
day.
Probably coming to PC as well.
Kept it secret. Impressive.
You got a Vive?
Impressive. No.
You got a Viewmaster?
Yes.
I know two people
I've got
with
a vintage Viewmaster.
Really?
Yep, I do. Have I ever shown it to you?
No.
Pretty cool. I got it from an antique centre.
Show it to us after the show.
It has slides from all around the world, and even like the Queen's inauguration. And you think that wouldn't be interesting? It's actually kind of cool.
Okay.
Because it's parallax images and it's quite vivid and like, Viewmasters are cool.
Show it to us after the show.
I'm going to get it right now. The show's going to wait.
Yeah, just wait
look
that
at
show.
my vintage Viewmaster. It was the hip new thing. It was the Virtual Boy of its day. Okay. So the Until Dawn developer, which are Supermassive, they're working on another VR game called Impatient.
Not impatient.
Not impatient. Inpatient.
This is someone who's an inpatient.
Yes. I gotta say, the thing they did a bunch of VR games sort of during this conference, and part of the problem of VR is I got no sense of how any of them were playing. Really.
It's hard to tell, but I was impressed with that Sony has been giving VR the time of day. Like, they could have very easily gone, we've got our PlayStation VR, let's move on. But no, there was a good number of titles in there.
You know what? I say that, but it might actually just be Impatient that I didn't really...
Inpatient.
Impatient, yes.
Impatient for inpatient.
It's true. My words can't wait for me.
I think there was like 5 or 6 VR
because there's
games.
a few. So actually, I'll just skip. I don't know if my order here is right, actually, but it doesn't matter.
Not.
So we had Monster of the Deep.
Oh, Final Fantasy Fishing.
Final Fantasy
I'm so
Fishing.
I haven't played Final Fantasy 15. It looks so good.
Yeah, it's the fishing mode from Final Fantasy 15.
But the whole game.
Which was
I know.
average at best, but it's in VR.
Now it's in VR, Paul.
Which makes it still Final Fantasy 15 fishing. But I do love that it exists.
It's gonna be great.
It's a standalone game, but they really should just put it in the normal game.
No.
Yeah, get it both. Just put it in there. Let me fish in VR if I want.
Yeah.
I was happy.
Star Child is a side-scrolling sci-fi shooter.
In VR.
In VR. I actually quite like side-scrollers in VR. I think it's a underutilized use of VR.
Yep.
That said, it just looked like a side-scroller. There wasn't anything that stood out at this point. There's a big robot that stops a bug from getting the main character. That's all I've got to say about that. And then there was a very cute game called Moss.
I know.
With a mouse.
Despero. I'm just going to call it Despero because I hate the name Moss.
Moss. He's a little moss. A little tiny moss.
Despero.
Moss. And I actually wanted, at one point, he wanders up to, I don't know if it's a he, Moss, wanders up to some water and looks in there, and then above it is a reflection of basically No Face from
which I think is you.
Yes, I only realized afterwards that it's the player character. I'm like, I always wanted to be No Face.
You're No Face.
Now I can be No Face.
Don't take gold from No Face. It's bad luck.
If I'm No Face, it doesn't matter. It's all good. All the gold for me. You're running around as a cute little mouse. I still didn't get it. Again, I suppose I still didn't get an idea of what the overall game is. Just exploring and having an adventure as a mouse, which is all right. I like things that play with scale.
Giant butterflies.
Then until Dawn, Supermassive, all these kept saying until Dawn developer, but Supermassive is also making another game in VR called Bravo Team, which you shoot things.
B-Team.
Was probably the least interesting looking VR game that was there.
Yes.
But hey, people all like that.
Yep.
I called it B-Team because Bravo.
Because it's the
B-Team.
Because it was the B team of Supermassive that wasn't making the interesting games.
Oh,
ouch.
Man, that's some shots fired right there.
Yeah, because it's a pew-pew game.
Oh, yeah. Hey, layer upon layer upon layer.
Puns. But what I'm saying is that it looked decidedly uninteresting.
It looked like just another shoot game.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe it's amazing. But yeah, it didn't Jimmy Russell.
It wasn't
my
a good
jimmies.
trailer.
No. And then also in there we had Call of Duty.
Of course.
And it existed. Yeah. And I found my eyes unable to focus on it.
I actually completely tuned out.
Yeah.
I if you would ask me to remember something about it.
This isn't criticism of Call of Duty. Anyone listening, we literally have no comments we could make because none of us could pay attention while it was on the screen.
That was just the time where I ran into my room and got my blanket out so I could go sit in front of the TV because it was cold.
Blanket time. Mm-hmm. Okay, so it exists, and I'm sure you already know if you're interested, if you're going to buy Call of Duty or not. No one's going to change your mind.
World War II, that's all I remember.
Yeah.
Which I'm glad it's set in. We haven't had World War II in a while.
Yeah.
Why not World War Zero?
World War Z.
No. The book or the movie? It's a bit of an amazing book.
Yeah, I'd say book.
We'll just ignore the movie existed.
Yeah. Okay. I think I got the book downloaded somewhere.
Book's really good.
You actually, the best way to digest the book is through the audiobook, which has one of the most star-studded casts of all audiobooks ever made.
I would have thought the best way to digest it would be eating it.
Well, if you can eat the audiobook. Actually, if you just go and eat Mark Hamill, he'll read his section aloud as you do it. And then just line up John Turturro and Rob Reiner and who else was in it? It's a pretty amazing
It's an all-star cast,
It's
an amazing performance.
Yeah. God of War.
Yeah.
God of Daddy. God of Feelings.
God of Daddy issues.
Yeah, God of Daddy.
Bear King.
I believe God of War is still a way off from what I've heard internally with it. But it's a nice change of the series.
I like the setting that it's in, going for that kind of Norse.
I feel like I still don't know a lot more than I knew last year, other than I saw some more of it. It's based in Norse. You're out with your son.
There's a cool glowy axe.
There's a
good
sea
beard.
Serpent. I imagine it would be the dragon of the North Sea.
And I was all like, hit it in the eye. That's its weak spot. And then,
And then I said, no, that's just a trick. You hit it in its armor plating. That's how they trick you.
But he's a good guy.
In high school, I once had a fight with a guy who wanted to fight me. He came up. He's like, I'm going to fucking beat you up. I'm like, I don't think that's a good plan. And he says, we're going to fucking do this. And then he said, but don't hit me in this knee because I've hurt it and it's sore.
So you hit him in the knee?
I just slapped him in the knee.
What a knee slapper, Paul.
He's like, I just asked you not to do that. I'm like, you've what of these transactions did you think? How is this going to play out?
Oh, Paul, I think that would be a big knee slapper.
Yeah. So, don't pick a fight, then tell someone your weaknesses. You're not a House of the Dead boss. You don't need to put a big glowing red heart and saying, shoot me here.
Then you say, but it was a trick.
It wasn't a trick.
It was the other knee.
It was actually his most armored position. He'd put a spike inside his knees. My hand! That's what you get for being dishonorable, Paul. So God of War, it's there. In 6 years, it'll be great to play.
It has been a long time since I played a God of War game. I didn't play 3.
I wonder if I like it more than most God of Wars, because God of Wars I really enjoy until I get sick of them, because I just get sick of mashing. Well, it's not even that, just like the constant combat, which is what the games are.
Yeah, I mean they do throw in puzzles and things like that every now and then, but it is predominantly.
Also, the puzzles are very rudimentary most of the time.
The first one had some decent puzzles in it.
Maybe I never got up to them.
Yeah, some of them. Yeah,
it was. I suppose it's like, because I mean, really, it's the modern beat 'em up, and I love beat 'em ups, but you play beat 'em ups for 20 minutes, half an hour, and then you're out of money. That's what they were designed for. They're very repetitive. So,
and I remember I would just find the move that was good.
Yeah,
and so I'm going to spam that move that is good,
which is kind of a problem with the genre.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I liked Mother Russia Bleeds. That was a fun beat 'em up. Although I never finished it because I did just get sick of it after a while. Then James, Destiny 2.
Oh yeah.
What happened?
There were no wizards from the moon.
Hey, mate. Destiny 2 came up. If you think my eyeballs couldn't focus during Call of Duty, you have no idea. Like it was like a magic eye picture, and all I could see when I looked at it was Michelle Ancell's face.
You want me to be honest? I didn't pay attention to Destiny 2.
But you're the one that cares. This is a terrible podcast.
You can pre-order it on Battle.net now if you want.
Oh, thank godly gosh.
It's going to release, the PC version is going to release not long after, I think like the next month after the console version now. There's going to be the beta's going to come to PC as well. So if you go pre-order, you can get into the beta. Sorry. Beta. I'll kill you all.
Your beta be made of Milo.
Especially you and the jury.
Beta.
Beta. Whatever. Alpha.
Beta.
Whatever.
Gamma.
Words. Honestly, they showed a bit more of the main villain, Gary, whatever his name is.
Gary. It's Gary.
It's Gary. I wanted to see more of like the kind of more lighthearted stuff. They didn't really kind of show much of that.
No, the tone seems more actual Destiny, which was
a bit concerning.
It really glazed my eyes and ears over.
I honestly can't remember any of it.
No, it's just really.
I was paying attention though.
It's going to be more Destiny. That's really what it's looking to be at the moment. Which I'll buy and I'll probably put a lot of time in. Though I might go play Anthem now instead, if that scratches the itch.
But one's first person, one's third person.
I don't care.
I still gotta say, I reckon Destiny's shooting will be better than Anthem's.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But Anthony's
BioWare aren't known for their fantastic shooting.
Yeah, but they've been working on this for a long time.
It's taken a while to get there.
Yeah. Okay. Next up came some feelings. David Cage was here to play with our emotions.
You know, I was watching it, waiting for the game. And then I realized that was the game.
Yeah, because you asked, what is this game, Paul? And that was one of the times I was making fun of you, because it's obviously Detroit, because it's David Cage's emotion engine.
Yeah.
And it's about robots wanting to be humans in Detroit. And
spoilers.
No, that's the concept.
That's the
No. Spoilers. We're all you're a human.
Oh yeah, that's what I think the shocking twist.
You're
not an android. You are the human.
I didn't really care too much. It was pretty.
Everyone in the universe likes to pick on David Cage.
We do?
But his shit is interesting. It just is easy to make fun of sometimes.
The first third of Fahrenheit was quite good.
What about Indigo Prophecy?
What?
It's the same game.
What? What is his other title?
Indigo Prophecy.
What?
What? I don't get this. I don't get this bit, James.
It's not a bit. I know it has two titles.
Actually, I got to pull that out. I didn't get to pull out the title change this week. Someone was talking about Australian politics.
Okay.
A non-Australian, which of course, whenever someone talks about politics of not their own country, that's when you get to go up and go, hey, we might be fucked, but fuck you. So talking about how we just love banning everything. Do we? It's like, so how are you enjoying that copy of Hotline Miami 2? I'm like, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
How are you enjoying that uncensored version of Fahrenheit?
How are you enjoying that free healthcare?
See, America gets censored games too. They don't like titties.
I like titties.
Really?
I think business card.
Definitely business card.
I
said that with more enthusiasm.
on your gravestone. No, but I still think he said it in a friendly way. It wasn't aggressive. It wasn't like it wasn't demanding titties.
Oh no.
It's just a general appreciation. Yeah. It's like quite enthusiastic. It's like, well, I mean, yes. I mean, quite honestly, I could go a titty. So Detroit. Again, it's just like doesn't. I mean, okay, the game is a trailer. The whole game is a trailer, but I mean, you still.
Well, how was Beyond?
I never played through the full version.
Oh, really? You didn't play through it all. I didn't play through all of Heavy Rain either.
See, what I reckon,
Jason,
they need to do with Hidden Agenda. David Cage needs to start making them multiplayer.
Well, actually, making them interesting games, not just.
I mean, because they're already interesting enough, but just like make it like watching those things communal means either funny lols, or people all getting into it, or at least everyone like either way, people are getting into it when it's in a group. Okay, minor break there. We're running out of space on the camera because we are going quite long on this episode. Hooray!
It's almost like there's a whole bunch of news to talk about.
Yeah, I was saying something about, but I can't remember now.
I know there was something
about David Cage.
There were
so many
triangles were there to give him so many emotions.
There were a lot of triangles in those emotions.
Polys.
So many.
Anyway, let's talk about the last game that Sony showed off.
Yep.
Spider-Man.
So Insomniac Spider-Man, we saw it revealed last year. Now we've seen a lot more of the game.
It's not the Insomniac game I wanted.
Of course, because you wanted that remake of
Trying to think of another Insomniac game.
Virtual Valerie.
There we go. I don't think that's Insomniac. No. Let's go with it.
Ratchet and Clank.
I don't like Ratchet and Clank.
That's all right.
Yeah, it's fine. So Spider-Man, open world, hopefully going more Spider-Man 2 than any of the other ones.
Which is the good one, right?
It's the good one, yeah. We saw a sort of playthrough, taking down a bunch of goons in a building.
You get to swing.
So stealth and swinging and combat, and it all looked very solid. Going up, having sort of a boss fight, and then chasing a helicopter through the city. And the swinging looked good. It looked like actual swinging, so you got to get a building that's tall, got to go around it. Yeah, no invisible lines in the sky, which has plagued the game. The
I know that used to just. I was like, "What am I doing? How am I doing this?
How are you at the top of the building and going? Shh, shh. So there's nothing about it's sky.
Lots of environmental things in the combat.
Yes, which I don't know how readable that'll be in the final game.
Oh, just cool from watching it looked like it was pretty good. Like nicely would highlight things and you could pull on them. I think it's more while playing it, you will see like a crane. And you might not know necessarily what it'll do, but you'll interact with it and have some advantage.
So what I thought it did very well, which was actually we sort of touched on it very briefly when we were talking about the new Need for Speed, is that when it did its cool scenes and cutscenes, it still gave you quick time events, and they were kind of intelligent quick time events. So it's like if you need to shoot webbing, you push the corresponding webbing shooting button. If you need to jump, you jump. All that sort of stuff. But it's done with rhythm and it's clearly done, and the action looked very creative. It was a big set piece that was quite impressive.
Yeah. It made me think a lot of Bayonetta.
The combat,
which I enjoyed.
It was solid character action with that stuff. Readable, sort of the Assassin's Creed like flashing sort of imagery, but that always made sense in Spider-Man because he has Spidey sense.
Yeah, I got a bit of a kind of Batman feel from it, just the kind of combat. But
a lot of comparisons have come up to Arkham.
But I'd say a lot more mobility. So it's still like think Batman still has it going from rafter to rafter, but I felt like this, it was quick, it was fast, it was like, it had a good pacing to it. It looked really mobile and nimble.
Okay. Other than that, and we still don't have a release date on it, I hope it comes up near the movie. But before we finish up, I did have one thing I wanted to do.
Yes.
So, other than things you personally like, I'm going to use the technology of Reddit here.
Whoa.
I am going to go to the game subreddit.
Ooh.
And I am going to sort by the hottest, most popular things of the week. What will be the top games from E3?
Oh, the top games.
I can't even remember.
The most discussed, the most excited by the community.
I'm going to say...
Final Fantasy Fishing.
I don't know. I want to say Destiny 2.
Some more VR Skyrim?
Maybe VR Skyrim. We have to pick 3.
No, you can just pick whatever you want.
I
can just tell you what's there then.
Okay.
It's kind of interesting.
Or actually, no, I will tell you what's there.
No.
So the number one by a pretty substantial amount is Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I believe that.
The number 2, which is perhaps more surprising, A Way Out.
Okay.
The co-op game by the Brothers developers.
Of course.
Okay.
Number 3, Wolfenstein 2.
Yeah.
Which, whilst being a sequel, still freaking balls to the wall. A game we didn't even talk about comes in as number 4, Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then the new Metro game.
Sorry, what?
Metro.
Oh,
You don't even remember it.
No, sorry. I thought you said new Metroid game.
Yeah.
Let me pull this back.
Hey, man,
Yeah.
we're like 4 hours from that.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
No,
it's not
that
going to
won't ever happen.
Like Spyro.
And then, well, what is it? The number 6, a non-E3 thing about how Death Stranding will not be an E3. But yeah, I thought especially like Beyond Good and Evil 2, I think sometimes the discussion of it gets a bit out of proportion because let's face it, that game doesn't have a sequel because it didn't sell that highly.
Yeah.
But everyone loves it now. But then I think A Way Out being so discussed, that's real promising.
Yeah.
It's like, it's nice to see people jumping onto things that aren't just the big marquee titles.
I thought it would be Destiny, COD,
Anthem.
Anthem. Actually, Anthem surprises me. It's not there.
Yeah. Just a little side thing that I noticed today. I was like, that's kind of interesting. I'll bring it up. So I think that brings us. So actually, before we do,
we're going to do picks of the show.
We'll do. You get to pick one game from E3.
Okay.
Yep. So, you need thinking time?
No, I'm going to go Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. That honestly surprised me, and I'm super keen on that.
Amy, what about you so far?
Spyro remake.
I'm not writing that down.
I think the Despero game, Moss.
Mouse. No, not Mouse.
Moss.
Moss looks really cool.
Mouse would be a very different
Very
adventure
cute.
game.
It's been pretty fun so far. You know what? Just as something that I was very excited by, I just Hidden Agenda.
Yeah.
That really rustles my jimmies. Cool.
Yep.
Okay. And
Who won?
for me, Ubisoft. But it's not really like it's been solid, but there haven't been super highs or even super lows so far. We still got Nintendo to go, so
Nintendo.
who knows? But their conference is only 25 minutes long, so I don't expect anything.
I'm not
crazy.
expecting anything.
But then why are we telling that to people listening? Because if they care, it came out yesterday.
Yeah.
So. Oh well.
Meh.
Okay, thank you for watching 8.5bit. You can catch the website, 8.5bit.com, our Twitter or Facebook. Please like and share anything like that. Subscribe to us on iTunes. And if you do, please leave a review because reviews help us share the love. Thank you for watching. I've been your host, Paul.
I've been James.
I've been Amy.
And we'll catch you all next week for a more regular episode.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.